Welcome inside another edition of the WPIAL Insider Show, presented to you by Edgar Snyder and Associates. It is now round number 2 of the WPIAL playoffs, and look who's back. Guess who's back? Back again. Bradley's back. Tell a friend. Brad Everett from the Pittsburgh Union Progress is back here at the WPIAL Insider Show.
Man, that is quite the applause here. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely, there needs to be a crowd.
We should have got some crowd noise going.
I like it.
First show back for me. It seems like years. It's been a while.
7 weeks.
Man, yeah, you two have aged so much since the last time I seen you, man. You were like young men like last time I was in here, and man, now you got beards and just all this, crazy stuff. But like for those of you who didn't know, I was on the shelf for a little bit. Had a knee problem going on for over a year.
And now it's golden.
And now it's gold. Now I have a new knee, as it turns out. So had an infection, had to get my knee replaced. So been on the mend for that. And these guys have done a great job of holding down the fort. I was actually going to hold out a little bit longer, but I've been getting these messages from people saying, like, you need to get back on there. Like, there's been too many losing picks on this show. And like the product's going to start downgrading if you're not back on there soon. So
speaking of losing picks, that is the WPIAL Insider. And for the first time in as many shows as we've done, he actually didn't speak until being introduced. Carlos off.
Hey. I will say it took a lot out of me not to speak. I mean, I was just sitting here waiting
like
patiently.
The longest, that's kind of like KDK Radio, where you have to wait.
Brad, great to get you back, my friend. The show
yeah.
wasn't the same without you. Glad to have you.
I watch it every week, and I agree. It wasn't the same without you. It wasn't the same. Much better now.
Yeah, since you've been gone, I won another Emmy.
Yeah. How about that?
And he hasn't even brought it in, by the way.
Yes, I
was
did.
Oh, you did bring it in. Okay. No, he did. Yeah.
Yeah, you need to maybe.
That was a while ago.
Week.
Yeah, it was.
That was.
It was like probably the week. It was second or third week.
Yeah, weekend right after my surgery.
Yeah.
On there, but
the 20th night of September, we took that.
Okay, I had my surgery on the 18th morning of 18th morning of September.
And you remember it?
I do. I do. Well, I don't remember the surgery now.
No.
I was the
aftermath
for that. Yeah, the aftermath. Yeah, being there in the hospital for a couple of days, but it's all good, man. We're doing good.
What did you learn in your confinement of WPIAL football? I'm assuming you were watching, listening, streaming games.
I mean, I learned that we're living in a great time for content. For if you want content, if you want highlights for games, if you want commentary and stories and videos and everything like that, like WPIAL Insider and you play a pretty big part in that. But I mean, there's so much out there to consume and just to stay up to date on everything. And it's cool. I think we all do a good job on just, getting these players' names out there and, telling the stories. And it's just, it's a neat time to be covering WPIAL football.
It is a neat time. It's also a neat time to tell you if you've been injured in an accident, contact Edgar Snyder and Associates. And, when they help you out, there's never a fee unless they get money. For you. Call 1-800-94-EDGAR today for your free consultation if you've been injured in an accident. Edgar Snyder and Associates brings you this edition and every edition of the WPIAL Insider Show. And our welcome back show would not be fitting without some takeaways from the week that was the first round of the WPIAL football playoffs. Some really interesting games, some interesting finishes, and some upsets, as there always is in this round. And I'll lead us off with my takeaway. The Chartiers Houston Buccaneers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's go, Bucs. The Bucs had to punch their ticket into the WPIAL playoffs with a last-second touchdown against Cornell. And the Buccaneers 3-7 last year, and they win a playoff game for the first time in 26 years.
You know what they're singing over there in Char Houston? I'm still standing. Yeah. I'm still standing. That's only the 5th song on the WPIAL Untitled. Brad sang 4 of them. Now I got one.
I thought you were gonna. I thought you were gonna do like a let's go Bucks, let's go Bucks.
Root for our home team and Chartreuse Houston Generation Channel.
Chartreuse Houston has success in the postseason. The Buccos do not. So there's a big difference.
That is true. Yeah, they were one of a couple teams. And in long droughts, Shaler, they won their first playoff game in quite a while there. First playoff win. Who was the other one? Hopewell.
Yeah,
the well. There. It had been 12, 13 years since they won a playoff
Russell
game.
Shell.
Yeah, those Russell Shell. Yeah. Back when the Parkway was really the Parkway.
Yeah, back in
those days.
Yeah. And this is one of those things. Do you guys listen to Colin Coward? When Colin was right, when Colin was wrong, he does those things. This is like when the WPIAL Insider Show was right. We have not been high on Southside this year, and that's not a great game for them, the old 12-5 upset. So WPIAL Insider Show correct on Southside that this year at least.
Yeah. If only we were correct on more. That's all.
And we'll get into that a little later in the show about who was right and who was wrong. Any other takeaways from last week?
I'll let Brad go before I rant.
Okay. All right. A few things that stuck out were some injured QBs coming back and playing big parts in victories in Class 4A.
You bastard.
Was one of them. Well, I mean, you gave me the floor.
You bastard.
You gave me the floor.
He hasn't been back for 5 minutes, and you're calling him names.
Yeah. I can go in a different direction, but I will just shout out real quick. Yeah, Marcus Council, of course, Malaquippa came back, and it looked like he was done for the year.
Great
and all
pick,
of a sudden
Brad.
he comes
I
back.
thought so too.
Good
job.
Good pack on the Quips.
Yep.
Quips win a playoff game for the 20th year in a row.
You never count out the Quips in the playoffs, right?
You can't.
20 years in a row.
20 years in a row, and he came back and did that. And Marino Graham from Newcastle, the fantastic freshman, injured early in that game, came back and led them to a victory right there. So that was one of the things. And another thing that stuck out was in most of the other classes, it was the favorites kind of held up in 5A, 4A, 3A, 2A. There was only 2 upsets. Single A, though, there was 4 upsets in that one. Number 9, Neshannock, 10, Jeanette, 11, Fraser, 12, Char Houston all winning. One upset that didn't happen, though, that would have been interesting was Moon got a little bit of a fight there from Armstrong. Armstrong, the number 12 seed, was beating them 14-6 at the half. And I saw a tweet at the time from somebody saying, "Whoa, if Armstrong wins this game, they are going to be voicing their displeasure."
Oh yeah,
they
were
have been in the playoffs,
and it wasn't just people; it was everybody.
It was everybody, right? Because no one thought
they probably had a lot of ammo, especially on this guy.
Exactly, right. Yes. And I'm sure they were using it as motivation. And then as the second half turned around, Moon, it was Moon that really picked it up. But South Fayette, they had a good tweet though. Like I think you retweeted it, Carlo. Was I tweeted out the final scores from all the 5A games, and of which it was a pretty good night
3-0
for it was a good night for the Allegheny 6 conference. They all won their games, and it was quote tweeted by South Fayette saying, wow, the Allegheny 6 is really good.
Yeah, it was their official football count. Oh yeah, it was a haymaker. It was a haymaker.
Like, hey guys, we probably should have been in there, but we didn't get in.
They're pretty good. That conference pretty strong.
Yeah, Allegheny 6 the strongest.
And I think just overall speaking, a lot of the gripes that people had about the bracket came true. Almost all of them.
Oh yeah.
Almost all of them. Trinity getting the 2 seed, South Fayette not being in the postseason, Cornell not being in over Avella.
Mm-hmm.
There are just a bunch of them that the pretty much all of the head scratchers
were well deserved. Well criticized.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well said.
They played out like we thought that they would play out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you ready for my takeaway?
Well, we already know what it is.
Last week.
Injured QBs.
And this isn't the crumble of the century. I'm going to call it the crumble of the century because I'm furious. The Trinity Hillers had Aliquippa beat. And I said on this dang podcast last week, I said, Trinity's biggest hurdle will be this first round game against Aliquippa. I said, if they beat Aliquippa, they're going to win the whole dang thing. It was the mental block. And it goes back to Mr. Insider, unfortunately, being correct. It was the mental block. Trinity had Aliquippa dead to rights. You don't get that very often against the Quips. If you beat them, normally you pull a rabbit out of the hat. They had them dead to rights. A couple of uncharacteristic and bad penalties by the Hillers. And Dan Canals, one of the best coaches in the WPIAL, just the pressure, or the moment got too big for the Hillers. A couple bad penalties. They were down near the goal line. Somehow end up at a 4th and 16. They can't even kick a field goal to go up 2 possessions. Missed the 4th and 16. Couple plays later, Aliquippa 70 yards to the house, tie it up. Trinity now goes to win the game. They have the ball, last couple minutes. They're on a drive to win the game. They stall out past midfield. They don't attempt any field goal. They don't, even the drive prior to go up 2 possessions, they don't attempt a field goal. This time they go to punt it. Bad snap. Aliquippa gets the ball about a minute 16 left near midfield. Everybody knows what's going on. Everybody knows in the history of the WPIAL, Aliquippa's never had a damn kicker. And Trinity lets Aliquippa beat them deep. They don't have a kicker. They're going for the end zone. And Aliquippa, they just find a way. But I think it's that mental hurdle of a team like Aliquippa. You can't get over. You can't get over. So I do feel bad for Coach Canals and Jonah Williamson and the Trinity Hillers. Yeah. They were my pick to win the championship. I mean, I'm heartbroken for them. But, boy, that was a
You were the only media member.
I was the only media member to pick them. Yeah.
No, please let me finish. You were the only media member to lose their championship pick in the first round.
Not true.
Second one.
There's
1 and 2.
Yeah, there was
it was
1 and 2.
You and Ashley Leone.
He had Riverside.
I wanted to hide Ashley picking Riverside, which was a pick with the heart, not with the head. Carlo picked with his head.
It's tough. It's tough. Yeah, they were the first ones out though, and it's not fun being on the bad side of the island where everybody's like, you picked Trinity to will it. The whole week I heard, why would you pick Trinity to win? And I had all my facts lined. I said, I'm ready for this. All they had to do was get past Aliquippa, and the bad part about this, why I'm so angry, is they had them. And they really did have them.
I will say the best part about all of this was being with you in person, watching the game.
It was
that added a whole new.
He was wearing his emotions on his sleeve.
I mean, it was crazy.
I was shaking him like, hey, look.
It was like anything that could go wrong went wrong in the final 7 minutes, and it was that's how the Quips do it sometimes.
So. That is how the Quips do it. I mean, and have done it.
Yeah, you feel for Trinity because I mean that team. I mean that was their
first conference win in 40 years. Yeah, that was.
They had a great chance.
And Jonah Williamson played great. Yeah. I mean, Jonah was awesome. Yeah,
and Coach Canals has done a great job building that program back up, and it's a hard thing to do. We just saw what TJ Plack did at Peters Township. We talked about that. I mean, they were the doormats of that conference for so long, and Trinity had a similar story. And now the hope is that. You have another crop of talent.
Build it, and you get somebody like Jonah Williamson again. I mean, that's a tough guy to replace. It's a tough guy to replace.
All right, let's go into some hot and not. We got 3 hots and 3 nots back again. Brad, you're back. You get to lead us off.
All right. You've heard of Raising Cane's. I may get some Raising Cane's later on.
Here it goes.
Them a lot because there could be one close to where we record at. But I'm talking about the other Cane Egerton.
In Westmoreland County?
in Westmoreland County, that's right. Close to Denunzius.
Right down the street from Denunzius.
Right next door.
Carlo's never been there.
What's Denunzius? What's that, man?
How criminal was that?
I read that. I heard that. It's like, geez almighty.
That wasn't a great moment for Mr. Inside.
Oh, yeah, Tommy, Tommy Pallone's hearing that, and he's saying, "Man, I thought I liked this guy.
Right, I'm gonna take it back.
Right, man. Geez,
no, we'll do it good justice. Trust me.
But my hot's gonna be Cane. It's gonna be Cane Egerton from Thomas Jefferson. One of the key players, one of the key juniors on that team, receiver, linebacker. He's been hurt pretty much a good bit of the year, dealing with a turf toe. Hasn't been 100%. but he came up in a big way against Mars in the big quarterfinal win last week. 6 receptions, 129 yards, 2 touchdowns. He also intercepted 2 passes and returned one for a 99-yard touchdown in the 31-14 win. So Kane
He was
Egerton,
a difference maker, like legitimately the difference maker
he
of
is
the
a
game.
big, I mean, really,
And only a junior.
and only a junior. Yeah. I mean, he's a guy I would think at some point here probably getting maybe some FBS offers or some looks here.
I would agree.
I would think. And they're going to need him against McKeesport here, to beat them and to get back to the championship game. But just wanted to say about Kane Egerton eating on the field and eating well off the field too. His family owns Yoli's, a restaurant over by like CCAC South, over by TJ High School, close there. But Yoli's is a good spot. His family owns it. I highly recommend it. If you go over there, get the Yoli rolls. They have these rolls with
The Yoli roll.
the Yoli roll, and they have them with like marinara, like the sauce. It's just kicking so good. And then they do the whole wings. They're like the only place I go to that do like the whole wings.
Them in Champ Sports Bar.
I was just thinking, you have to toss them yourself.
Cheesesteak. No, they have cheesesteaks there at Champion Sports Bar.
How's their cheesesteak?
It's a cheesesteak. I've had the cheesesteak. Cheesesteak's pretty good. But then they
Okay.
also have they have these whole wings, but they have a con called the Roberto, which is like a Frank's Red Hot, hot honey Mike's and like a garlic parm, like kind of all mixed up. But those are good too. So shout out to Kane Egerton. Shout out to Yoli's. Good spot to eat over that way.
Very nice hot. What's your hot, Matt?
Oh, you want to go last again?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. My hot is Joey Politsky.
Oh, man.
Scorching hot.
Yeah, it sets a WPIAL record for yards in a first half.
That's insane.
But ironically, he was just 60 or 31 yards off of the record for the game. So he throws for 433 yards. He was 23 of 24 in the first half. He did not play in the second half.
Wow.
And the record for total yards in a game, WPIAL postseason record, is 464 yards. He was just 31 yards off of the full game record in the first half.
That's nuts.
Like, that is crazy.
What
And-
if like Chris Rizzo would have just kept him in the game the whole game, and he would have thrown for like
800
like
yards.
900 yards? That'd been insane.
He threw 6 touchdowns, 5 different receivers. Tom Arth, son of Elder Tom Arth, quarterbacks coach for the Pittsburgh Steelers, got 2 touchdowns, that 56-14 win. And something that we did not mention last week's broadcast that I wanted to throw out there is Politsky led the WPIAL in regular season in passing for the second consecutive year. And my question for you gentlemen is, do you guys remember the last time a quarterback led the WPIAL in the regular season in passing in 2 consecutive seasons?
Oh man,
This is a hard one.
What year?
No,
Roughly.
I think I saw the answer to this.
Yeah,
I
did
should
you?
know.
Okay, well, hold on. Let me guess.
what year? Yeah.
1988.
Oh, no, I'm not going to get it.
Okay. 88. Passing yards twice. It's somebody who's a coach now, right? Or no?
Not to
Is it
my knowledge.
Okay. All right.
Penn Trafford's Jeff Palladino.
Oh, I see. I didn't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Jeff Palladino.
Would have never
Jeff
got
Palladino.
that.
Yeah, but I
Yeah,
wouldn't
that
got
was
that
a
either.
hard one.
Yeah.
That was a hard
Oh,
one.
Interesting.
How did
I
you
was
even
going to
know
be
that?
I was going to scour the internet for fast facts, and that actually popped up in a couple different places. So I thought it was interesting,
Nice.
and we are, all the historians and nerd junkies of the WPIAL, but I was like, that one I did not know.
Yeah, that one's a tough one.
And quite honestly, I went into Jeff Palladino's history and he's a Hall of Famer for Penn Trafford, but I didn't know. Of course, he became before our time.
Would be curious to know. Would be curious to know, like, what the yardage was for that. Because like back then, even it
It might have been 1,200 yards.
It could have been exactly. Yeah.
No, it was.
Yeah.
And you know what? I had it. I had it up. So
Yeah,
I should have.
I
I should have.
Yeah,
put
they're
that
passing
point
the
down.
ball a lot now, more days than they were back in those days.
Yes.
Yeah. Back when
Yeah.
I was a kid.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, we know. That's my hot, Joey Politsky.
I like that.
That's
hot.
a good hot.
My hot. Brad kind of alluded to it. Double-digit seeds in 1A.
Oh yeah.
Jeanette over Bentworth, which was a good game. Frazier over Cal. I mean, you had to be a
Oh,
genius
my
to see that one
gosh.
coming. Only one of us did, of course.
Genius.
Oh my god!
And Shar Houston over
Pick
Southside.
Trinity
And
over TJ.
If he really likes Fraser, should pick him again this week.
I agree. Yeah, double down.
maybe
Yeah,
we'll get
let's
to
see.
it. But double-digit seeds in 1A. I mean, it's got some fun upsets there.
That is fun.
Can I start with the knots?
It's your show.
It's all you. You got it.
Double-digit seeds in 2A on the exact flip side. 4 games there, outscored by 121 total points.
Yeah.
It got ugly in 2A. South Allegheny having their way with Waynesburg, Wash High dominating Beaver Falls. Elwood City, them and KO were close, but Elwood pulled away at the end, and Apollo Ridge, comfortable win against Riverside there. So, double-digit seeds in 2A, and this was the bracket that I thought there would be some double-digit seed wins in, but no, it was 1A.
Bradley?
My not's going to be a conference, one that I love dearly and I have a lot of respect for, and I would kind of secretly root for every year. The Tri-County South Conference.
Yeah, they let me
Single A. Went 0-4 in the first round. And they're the only conference in the entire WPIAL that has no teams remaining in the playoffs. So everybody else still has at least a team in there. But Tri-County South, I thought this could be a year. I thought Jeff Morgan, I thought that they could,
Jeff Morgan ended as a 13 seed.
They did. How about that?
I thought they were going to be like a 5 seed.
Man.
3 weeks ago, at least.
Sure.
And they had to play Laurel, who I think Laurel's really good.
Yeah.
So that didn't work out for them. And Kel's had some success in the playoffs in recent years, and they didn't get through this round either. So not a good year for the Tri-County South.
Got a crazy stat from the Tri-County South.
What's that?
2010. Since 2010, the Tri-County South has played 60 playoff games. They are 10-50 in those games.
That's not great.
I'm surprised it's 10.
Yeah, I thought it'd be like
I thought you were gonna
4.
say 3 or 4. Right?
Cal probably got a couple, 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah.
But not pretty good.
Not great.
No. I have 2 knots.
Of course.
The first knot is Carlos Island picks.
Oh.
1 and 3.
Chilly.
1 and 3.
Man.
It could have been worse.
Not Iceland. It was
Greenland. It was
Could have
Greenland. It
been
definitely
worse.
was Greenland.
Could have been worse.
It's Greenland.
Fraser really held on.
The unsurmountable lead doesn't look so unsurmountable now. My other knot is Cornell being left out of the postseason. You give Avella the nod over Cornell in that wild card. Of course, it's the sweepstakes to play Fort Cherry. We know that. But Cornell's losses were to opponents with a combined record of 38-11.
Mm-hmm.
And all of them were playoff teams.
Probably they all advanced.
All but Monessen.
Yeah, and they had Clarendon.
Yes. Clarendon, Shar Houston, Fort Cherry.
That's nuts.
Monessen,
And Bishop Canavan.
and Bishop Canavan. Yeah, there's
Their
a
like strength of schedule, strength of record had to be one of the
Unbelievable.
strongest in the entire
Yeah.
WPIAL.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, that's
And-
amazing.
Yeah, they
That's
deserve
just-
to get in.
that I almost going into it, I felt the South Fayette thing was bad, but then Armstrong kind of played with the Tigers there for a little bit, and while I think South Fayette should have got in, I'm not saying they shouldn't. The committee looked at the fact that they had so many losses in a row,
Mm-hmm.
whereas Avella kind of sprinkled their losses throughout the season. But Cornell not getting in over Avella, I think was
Yeah,
bad.
that hurt, and then of course how the bracket shook out. I mean, didn't make it any better.
No, it did not. All right, whippy time. We're gonna whip it good,
We need to whip it good.
whip it real good. I'll go first.
Okay,
Take it.
Go for it.
My whippy is the You Can't Beat Us Award. And the award winners are Thomas Jefferson and Aliquippa. TJ has never lost to Mars. They take down the planets. They're 3-0 against the planets all time. Aliquippa has never lost to Trinity. They're now 4-0 against the
Some
Hillers.
idiot picked both.
You Can Beat Us Award. And in the postseason in November with those 2 programs, how
man.
do you pick against them? At least in the first round. There's certainly both of them are not what they have been, but they're still very good programs and very good football teams. and TJ and Aliquippa the You Can't Beat Us award.
Well, what if we get another TJ Aliquippa final? That would be, for this whole season, we're like, oh, they're not as good as normal, but then they end up in the
get right back
championship game.
to it.
We end up, and they make a run in the state title. Whoever
And you know
wins.
what? That would be an electric game because I don't think they're as good, but going up against each other as not as good, I think it makes for a fantastic final.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Agreed. And even worse, there was somebody from TJ chirping me on Twitter, said, WPIAL insider Carlo, he always picks against TJ. It's uncanny. He hates them. I said, and I responded, I said, hey, I don't think they're any good this year. I think they're going to lose. You'll see in a couple hours. And then no.
That one wasn't close.
No,
the
they jumped out quickly. They jumped out 24-0.
And that was the first matchup, Thomas Jefferson and Mars. First matchup against pretty darn good coaches in Bill Chirpak and Eric Kasparovitz. And Billy
Goat comes out on top.
Gets it done first.
My Whippy.
Yep.
The Something's Gotta Give Award. And that was the big bowl game last week in 5A between Shaler and Kiski.
Oh gosh.
Shaler, last playoff
win.
They
were calling it.
Last playoff win was in 2009.
Was that trademarked?
Yeah, right.
Kiski, their last playoff win, 1990. South Fayette, furious at home. And something's got to give. Shaler was 3-7 as the 8 seed. Kiski 4-6 as the 9. And Shaler gets the win. And I do want to give a shout out to Shaler because things didn't go their way for a while this year. They had a lot of close losses.
Yeah.
They even lost to Hampton. But to get right.
What's a Talbot?
It is a little dog, I think.
Yes, it is.
And
but not a lot of people know that.
No, they don't.
No, right.
But Shaler, they right the ship getting into the postseason. Now they get rewarded with Pine Richland, so that should be fun. But I do want to give a shout out to the Shaler Titans. First playoff win since 2009. 3-7 season. How about a 4-7 season? So good for you, Shaler Titans.
Good for you.
My postseason or my WIPY Award is going to be the postseason double word, kind of along those same lines. And Matt, you touched on it earlier, but Chartiers Houston beating Southside 26-21 for its first playoff win since 2000.
Nice.
It's been a while for the Bucks. They came on top there. Coach Dan Liz, he's in his second season. Char Houston grad. I think he played quarterback
He's
there.
QB.
And then he went on to W&J, played wide receiver there, I think, down there. But he's done a good job there. Not only did they get into the playoffs, but they win a playoff game. Aaron Walsh, he's quarterback on that team, leads the team in passing and rushing. And my favorite player on the team, kid I talked to last year for a best names in the WPIAL story, Clark Kent.
Clark Kent.
Nice. Clark Kent's
that.
a two-way starter on this team. Dad named him after Clark Kent from the comic book strip and everything. Always wanted to name his son after a comic book character. And hey, when your last name's Kent, comes in pretty good there. So it's K. It's Clark with a K, Kent, and then K. So KK. But so Clark Kent and and Aaron Walsh, and shout out to Star Houston, the Bucks.
Chartiers Houston also has a lot of friends of the show. I found out at the
they do
PA Sports Hall of Fame banquet. They came up to me.
They care about football, so that makes me care about them.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That was inspiring, Carla.
Was inspiring. Very thoughtful.
Coach Liz, he wins our spoiler alert, wins our Coach of the Week award. And, we ask him for a framed picture or a picture so we can frame it for him. And he says, sure, one stipulation. I said, what is it? He said, can it be with me and the team? I said, absolutely, it can be with you. Yeah. And he sent a couple great ones. And I was like, it's a really cool picture.
That is cool.
That's cool.
Well, good segue there, Carlo. You get a chance to sit down with a few familiar faces.
Yeah, we get Tom Poljak and Vinny DeVivo from Vertical Raise Pittsburgh and Black Bear Fundraising, and we have a grand old time with them. So we'll that's coming up next on the WPIAL Insider Show.
Stick around. You don't want to go anywhere.
Back inside the WPIAL Insider Show, presented by Edgar Snyder and Associates, and of course our friends at Home Team Collections. We have the beautiful Avonworth Antelopes jersey hanging on the wall this week. We'll see if the Lopes can keep the playoff train rolling. Joined beside me is our reoccurring friend, special guest Tom Poljak from Vertical Raise Pittsburgh and Black Bear Fundraising, and
look what the cat dragged in from Vertical Rays, Vinny DeVivo. How are you, Vinny?
I'm good, man. Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
The long-awaited appearance of Vinny. We've been talking about you for weeks, right, Tom?
He's been threatening to make a guest appearance. He finally did.
Right in time, right in the middle of winter play basketball season.
He was holding out for the playoffs.
He was holding out for the playoffs.
Holding out for the playoffs.
Smart man. Smart man. Now, Vinny, talk a little bit about yourself, what you do with Vertical Rays, and how you can assist these coaches here, and then we'll get into some ball talk.
As Tom knows, we both just joined Vertical Rays not too long ago. What, 4 or 5 months ago?
Yes, sir.
So we have the ability to help guys raise money very easy, right? It's an online donation platform. These guys have zero risk; they can only make money, and we take all that stress out of their pocket, and we let us run it and get things going, and then you guys make the money. It's been really good. It's been really fun, and it's been really profitable for a lot of guys that I've worked with.
Right,
Yeah.
and you're a ball coach.
Well, I'm not anymore.
Not anymore.
But I did.
Yeah.
I coached at Freeport. Shout out to my Freeport Yellow Jackets heading to Avonworth this week.
They got the Lopes this week.
Yeah,
Here we go.
Yeah.
You're going to get some heat for that one.
Yeah, probably. But I coached up in Freeport for 10 years. Great community. John Gaylot's a head coach up there. He's done a really nice job. I think he's in his 18th season. So they do a really good job up there. I'm proud of those boys.
Yeah, Freeport is cooking right now. They win last week over Beaver. I admittedly took Beaver. I've been banging Freeport's drum all year long. I took Beaver last week. I'm a big fan of Court Rouse and the program. And in Freeport, I should have picked the team. I had them as my sleeper team from the beginning of the year, and I go against them. That's what I
You
get.
picked against Chirp again, didn't you?
Death, taxes, and WPIAL Insider picking against TJ in the playoffs. I mean, it has never worked once. It continues not to work. Like, it's like one of those things. Like, no, it's going to be this year. It's going to be this year. I'm finally going to look smart. And now I didn't. I wish I did know that they were wearing all black. If I would have known it was a blackout at home, I would have picked TJ.
You're reaching for excuses now.
My guy Eric Kasparowicz in Mars. I thought Mars was going to do it, and no, they did.
I will
not.
tell you, TJ did look good in their threads. All black.
They did.
Nice.
They did.
Really nice look.
I told you they were getting healthy. You didn't listen.
Everybody was telling me it's TJ, and I go out on the limb. Like even with my island picked with Matt and Brad, they both said Thomas Jefferson, and I went, no. This is the year of the fighting planets. No, it wasn't.
Hey, before we get into some ball talk,
yeah,
Vince, you've been doing this for what, 28 years now?
29.
29.
You're off a year. Yeah,
Wow.
long time. I've been very blessed. I started in a fundraising business in 97. And did I think at that time I'd be doing it for 29 years? No, but it's been a really good match for me. And I take a lot of pride. I've helped a lot of guys over a lot of years, and it's been really fun. And the thing about me, football is such an instrumental part of my life through high school and college that it's kind of a way to give back.
Right.
So I really enjoy going to help schools raise money so they can take care of their ball club, and that's fun.
And we've touched on it all year long. Having enough funds to get you through the playoffs is massive. So if you want to do a playoff fundraising, hit up these guys at Vertical Rays. So that you can support potentially a state championship run right now.
And when we go to the clinics, I mean, it's like a reunion tour with Vince. I mean, everyone's coming up, hugging them, and your coaches. I mean, you got an incredible relationship with so many coaches.
Yeah. Again, being blessed. I have met a lot of good dudes in this football community. And Western Pennsylvania is a hotbed for football. And being a football guy, I've truly enjoyed what I've done for the last 29 years, but I have made a lot of good friends that's outside of fundraising. But the bottom line is, they need the funds to take care of their players, and that's where we come in.
And
it's been good.
And you're a straight ball guy. The first time I met Vinny, I mean, we were just talking high school football for hours, and now you just go to games. Any of your favorite games this year that you went to?
Yeah. Usually I go to a game every week now because I'm not coaching. I'm just a football junkie. So like week 1, for example, or week 0. So I went to the Wolverina.
Oh, yeah.
I watched
Nice.
Woody High host NA.
NA, yeah.
And
That was
a
one of the
great
games of the year.
Oh, yeah. NA scores with like 30 seconds to go to beat them. And I worked with both of those schools, so I was on the field, so it was great. And then I stuck around because the nightcap was Central and LaSalle, right? So there's big time football that day. I enjoyed that very much. But I got out to see Seneca Valley. I saw Freeport, obviously. I get to a game every week because I really enjoy it, and I usually go to games of guys that I work with because
Yeah.
I'm a junkie, so I went on the sideline, and so I get to do that and be a part of it. So it's fun.
We love that, and as we get into the quarterfinals and even some semifinals in 4A and 6A, believe it or not, unfortunately the season's dwindling down here, fellas. There's only a finite amount
Blink
of
of an
games
eye.
left. Yeah, it goes quick. It goes quick. Now, last week, speaking of goes in the blink of an eye, I'll tell you this. It was North Catholic upending Burrell and Joey Filitsky. I mean, just lighting Burrell on fire. He wins our player of the week, over 400 yards passing, all sorts of different touchdowns. They win 56-21. He didn't even play in the second half. I mean,
Unbelievable.
they had to pull him 430 yards passing, 6 touchdowns for Joey. I mean, talk about turning it on when the moment was right. North Catholic is in that deadly 5-seed spot. People forget Avonworth won the WPIAL championship last year from that same 5-seed spot.
5-seed.
So North Catholic is a team to reckon with
He
right
threw
now.
to 5 different guys.
Yeah, he
That's amazing.
throws
For
it all
touchdowns.
around the yard, and he has good bloodlines. His father was a quarterback at Pitt. He is now a quarterback. Mike McMahon is his quarterback coach. He's been doing wonders. Vinny, how much do you think a coach matters? How much scheme matters? Now we did have Brody Zangaro on the show on KDK Radio, and he was just talking about
From North Hills?
from North
Yeah.
Catholic. Yep, and he said, one of the things we teach our players are very football IQ savvy, very football smart. They run the hook and ladder all the time. Like if there's 2 crossing routes, they'll catch it, and if they see the other guy got some, they'll flip it to him. You think that's a little bit crazy? It's been working out for them very well.
Usually only see a hook and ladder maybe once a year, maybe twice a year. But if they're doing it like weekly, that's impressive.
It's not weekly, but it's been like 5 times this year. It's been like 5 times this year.
Usually use that in when you're really in desperate need of a big play, right?
They the key here was, they're at the 5 seed. Hopewell is at the 10 seed right now, but Hopewell won. Hopewell gets Amani. North Catholic gets Elizabeth Ford this week. Pretty much the week 9 game against Hopewell and North Catholic, it determined who got the 5 and who got the 10 seed. It was going to be one or the other, whoever won. North Catholic goes down, 30 seconds left in the half. They run the hook and ladder 80 yards. They didn't score, but the next play they did score. And sometimes that's what it is. But they were on my highlight show all sorts of times. They were on my top 10 plays all sorts of times this year because of these dang hook and ladders. So are you playing with fire a little bit though? Do you think Elizabeth Ford will be ready for it?
Knowing John DeMarco, yeah, he'll be ready for it.
no,
Plus, they're coming
doubt.
off a bye.
They're coming off a bye, and my biggest thing is they put it on tape so many times.
That's the thing. When you break tape down, and I know those guys break a lot of tape, so
Yeah.
they're going to see that play over and over again. They'll be prepared for it because I don't know if they run out of the same formation or good coaches will pick that up and they'll be ready for that play.
I would think so, but it'll be like a 1st and 10. You just never know when it's coming.
That's great.
It's really cool. But yeah, Filitsky back-to-back WPIAL leading passer. That's got to be hard to do.
That young man's having a great year. I live in Cranberry, so they're right there. So I hear a lot about Cranberry and Seneca football because I live right in Cranberry, and that young man's had a really, really good year.
Yeah.
Like a really good year.
Absolutely.
And now staying in 3A, I need to get your opinion on this. Freeport, my Yellow Jackets up against the Lopes. What are you thinking here? Drew Ross might be able to do this.
Yeah, you know what? I bleed blue and gold because I coached there for 10 years, and I know those guys very well. Know a lot of those players still. But Duke Johncore, and this is for you, Dookie. You're one of my favorite guys. Not even just a football coach. He's a really good dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like what Duke has done at Avonworth over the last 5 or 6 years is absolutely amazing.
Agreed.
They have been really solid football team, and he does it his way, and it's impressive.
I would agree. And Duke is certainly in the conversation for Coach of the Year. Speaking of Coach of the Year, in the conversation, how about Dan Liss from Chartiers Houston? Char Houston, the 12 seed, upset Southside, monster upset. Coach, this brings into our Coach of the Week, Coach Dan Liss from Chartiers Houston, his 2nd year on the job. He has them in the quarterfinals. They are facing number 4 seed Laurel, the Laurel Spartans. And Tom, you were out in Char Houston today. How was that?
Another great guy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, absolutely.
Young up and comer.
Oh, he is young. Yeah. I was surprised how young he was. And just his passion he has.
Yep.
And the connection he has with the players, played quarterback there.
Oh, I didn't. He's an alum
Absolutely.
there. I did not know that.
Absolutely. And then he went off to W&J. So he went from quarterback to be a wide receiver at W&J. Very, very similar to his current quarterback. Very similar. Played multiple sports, both of them.
Aaron Walsh.
Yes.
Yeah, Aaron Walsh was ranked on my prospect list coming into the year. I'm like, oh, I like this kid at Shar Houston. They were another team, made my highlight show a couple times. I'm like, Shar Houston kind of got something cooking here.
Well, let's cut to the video and we'll talk about it.
Well, real quick, right before we cut to the video, how about this? I asked Coach for a picture of himself. You know, we give our coach and player of the week these beautiful frame pictures, and he said, well, can it be a picture of me with my team? And I said, yeah, it can be a picture of me. And that's what he got framed. Let's cut to the video with Coach Liss right here.
Welcome back, you football freaks. And if you love Western Pennsylvania football, high school football, you know you're at the right place, the WPIAL Insider Show. Each and every week, we bring you the Coach and Player of the Week award. And that is always brought to us by Black Bear Fundraising and Vertical Race Pittsburgh. This week, we are at Chartiers Houston, a.k.a. the Bucks. We got the head coach here, Dan Liss. Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Fantastic. Well, you guys were number 12 seed coming out of the Black Hills Conference, 4-2 in conference play, 8-3 overall. You go into a little bit of a hostile environment, and you come away with the 26-21 victory. That's pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, it was a game that we knew we had a really good chance to win. So going into it, I think the mindset was there from the coaching staff all the way down to the players. But it was exciting just to get that first playoff victory.
Well, this is a great community. I've done a lot of work over the years with this community. I know a couple weeks ago, right here, what is this, West Pike Street?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you had Oktoberfest, and the community gets all crazy and gets excited. So the buzz is going around. The community is excited for you, the players, your coaches, everyone. That's really fantastic. When you look at your history of playing football, you played here as a quarterback, and then you went to W&J as a wide receiver. A lot of similarities with that current quarterback you have right now.
Yeah, Aaron and I are very similar. It was funny, after the game, my brother doesn't make it to too many of my away games. And he walked up to Aaron's dad and said, man, he said, Aaron's much better than Danny ever was. So Aaron's dad had to say, hey, relax there a little bit. But there's a lot of similarities. And I think it's not just on the field, it's Aaron's mind as well. You know, we like to mess around and say he's very cerebral with what he does on the football field. Over the past 2 years, he's kind of been able to take that next step up to where I can go to him on a Friday night like we did Friday at Southside, and I can talk to Aaron and say, hey, what do you like here? And I give him the availability to call his own plays sometimes based on his comfortability with how the game's going. You don't get that very often in high school. That's one of the differences between him and I.
Well, that's what's special, when you have that bond with your quarterback and your coach.
Yeah.
And I know I was teasing you before we started the interview. He's already calling you Coach of the Year on social media.
Yeah, he is. I think that would be a great honor. I would just being a coach, I'd say it's coaching staff of the year. The work that the coaching staff puts in week in and week out. I think the biggest thing for us was positivity. The whole season on going into any game. Sometimes you have to be a little delusional is what I say. It doesn't matter if we line up against the worst team in the state or the Pittsburgh Steelers. I feel like we're going to win that game, and you have to be that way. And the players also feed off of that.
Absolutely. And your coaching style, I noticed, I was reading that you quoted Nick Saban. I told you my daughter went to Alabama. Anytime I get a chance to talk about Alabama, I always do. Give me a little bit of history about your theory and your philosophy of going into coaching.
Coming into coaching, it did help having Mike Sirianni at W&J.
Sure.
He is somebody that was really big on the small details, and that's something when I came in is, you know, touching a line in sprints, cleaning up after yourself in the locker room, cleaning up after ourselves after spaghetti dinners. Those are the things that will win games in those tight games. And discipline is another factor into those games. And we've had 5 either go-ahead scores or come from behind victories in the fourth quarters this year. And I like to attribute that to the leadership of the team, the accountability of the team, the discipline of the team. Those things matter, and we're kind of seeing that this season.
Being prepared and disciplined, I mean, that's the name of the game, right?
It really is.
Well, next up, you have Laurel, the Spartans. They're only giving up 8 points a game. So you guys your skilled guys in there, and you got to show up in your own line. You're in for a good challenge this coming up this week.
Yeah, absolutely. I told the kids coming into playoffs to start before the Southside game that it's top 16 now. So I mean, everybody that we're facing is going to have a good offense, good defense. Special teams are also going to be very important at this point in the year. Yeah, they've only given up less than 10 a game, and we're hoping that we can change that on Friday. I think we talked a little bit about our skill off camera. I think it's also just going to come down to how well we can play as a team. I think that's the biggest thing there.
Sure, and that's exciting. And anyone out there you want to give a shout out to or give a thank you to?
Yeah, my mom, my brother Andrew, and my other brother. He doesn't live up here anymore. He lives down in Hilton Head, Bluffton area.
Nice.
But he watches all of our games on NFHS. Anything that's streaming, he'll watch it. But my mom and brother, Andrew, were able to make it to the playoff game this past Friday. And that was really special for me to have them there for a historic win, especially for Chartiers Houston.
Fantastic. Yeah, first playoff win, 25 years. That's awesome.
Yeah, like I said, being a part of 3 losses as a player, it feels really good that this is the group that was able to get it done.
There, and you're the man in charge. So that's great. Congratulations once again.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Tom.
And each and every week, we bring you the Coach and the Player of the Week award, and that's brought to you by Black Bear Fundraising and Vertical Race Pittsburgh. Thank you always for tuning in.
Great interview there by Coach Liss, and he was in probably the second hardest conference in WPIAL. I mean, that 1A Western Hills Conference, really tough. He was 4-2. I think the game of the year was probably when they upended Cornell, who Cornell would have been probably that 12 seed, how they were the last couple years and been playoff spoilers. They get Cornell out on that buzzer beater Hail Mary by Aaron Walsh. And you see a lot of similarities here between Coach and one of your good friends, Bobby Palco.
I do. And it's all about, and it seems so simple.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, a lot of high school coaches, it's all about turning boys into men and make them pillars of the community and getting out there and teaching them how to interact with the community and be leaders. And he's all in.
Yeah.
Danny is the coach to instill that into his players. And you notice his accountability. It was huge. He said, we're going to be accountable and we're going to be prepared. And I think he's got his team prepared.
Nice. I'm kind of rooting for Char Houston. They got a tough one with Laurel. Laurel's defense doesn't mess around here.
They got to show up. The skills got to play good. You got Aaron's got to have the game of his life.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that in the interview, he lets this high school kid call his own plays and do audibles.
Are you kidding me?
Absolutely. And to have enough confidence and to have that relationship with your coach to be able to do that, that's something special. That's unique. You don't hear that too often, Vince.
No, that's pretty impressive.
Have you been around somebody to have a green light like that, a QB you trust like that?
No.
That's awesome. I didn't know that.
To show you that bond.
Yeah.
That's something special. That's cool. You don't see that too. You don't see that.
That's a lot of trust to put into somebody. But that's great for that young man if he has enough trust in him to do that. And obviously he's producing. So
now there's a lot of seniors on this team, Vinny. How important is that going into the playoff run? Just knowing, hey, this is their last dance. Do you think that could give them an edge?
Oh, absolutely. I will go back to my Freeport time. We went to the semis in 15, and I think we had like 18 seniors.
Oh, wow.
So those kids paid their dues. Like as sophomores, we were like 2-8.
Yeah.
As juniors, we were like 5-5, and then as seniors, we were 10-2. We went and we lost Aliquippa in the semis, but all that experience, it pays dividends when you get older and stuff. Absolutely.
Well, Carlo, in 1A, you might be 2 players away from having a winning season compared to having a losing season.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're not drawing from a big pool of players. And to get there and have good senior leadership on a 1A team is just incredible.
I always said, especially in 1A, if you have 2 key injuries, that's 4 starters out, you know? So, I mean, the size of 1A gets finicky there sometimes, but that's what makes football so beautiful. Now, obviously, I wanted to bring up, I would like to say I was probably the only media member to call this upset. Frazier, the 11 seed. I've been all over the Commodores this year. Vinny, you agreed with me. You said, I love Frazier this week. Talk about the Frazier Commodores upset in California.
Shout out to Tony Battolini out there, rookie head coach.
And I did not know this. So this is his first year head coach?
First year head coach. He was with Chirp at
Came from TJ, absolutely. Good guy.
Tony is a Frazier grad, so he bleeds red and
Nice.
white, right?
Yep.
Has a lot of pride, got the job, went back there. Told me, basically got to change the whole culture because I think their record over the last 3 years was 4-26.
Yeah, they only had 4 wins.
Right.
Yeah.
So he turned around this year, regular season, won 6-4.
Mm-hmm.
I text all my coaches that I work with every week, good luck. And sometimes it's a personal message. I sent a rather colorful one to him and told him, I said, hey, man, I believe in you. You're doing a great job. I got you going down to California and upsetting the 9-1 California team.
The Trojans, yeah. And it's not easy to play at Cal. I mean, that's way out there.
They were a 9-1 football team. They hosted, and Frazier went in there. They
upended them.
Oh yeah, it was work day, and they got it done. I was really happy to see that score late at night, and I gave him another colorful message, and we're gonna move on to this week. But no, he's doing a great job there. He really is, because that's not a like a hotbed for football.
No.
And in 1 year to go from 4-26 over a 3-year period to win 6 games his first year, and now 7 with the playoffs. It's pretty impressive.
They have a gem of a running back that helps.
Yeah,
they
got some.
Derek Diamond is his name.
Yeah, he told me. He said, Vince, we got some dudes. They got some kids that can play.
You can't go wrong with a kid named Diamond.
No. He's a diamond in the rough, as they say.
And I also pulled him for him because I told you the story earlier. His dad and my brother were like really good friends in college. They played together at Cal.
Oh, nice.
And then I played at Cal.
Yeah.
And Tony played at Cal. So we all have that
That
Cal
little
relationship
Cal
too.
connection.
Cool.
And then they upset Cal. How about
And they
that?
upset Cal. Yeah.
they get the 3-seeded Bishop Canevin Crusaders. And Canevin, they were in a game with Greensburg Central last week. And of course, as we know, Frazier did beat Greensburg Central in that Week 8 matchup. Also on the WIPY Insider Show, the recap show.
Can I give you another prediction?
Let's hit it.
I like the Frazier over Bishop Canevin this week as well.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I think they got a good thing going there. I think their confidence is at a really high level.
I would agree.
They got nothing to lose.
That would be
sometimes when you're in that position, because no one expects you to win.
Yeah.
You just unload the gun and see what happens.
That would send shockwaves throughout Western Pennsylvania. Now, I did say in this 1A bracket, there's going to be a double-digit seed that reaches the semifinals. And the good news is for Mr. Insider, Jeanette's the 10 seed still alive, Frazier's the 11 still alive, and Shark Houston's the 12 still alive. So one of them's gonna pull this upset. I don't know if Jeanette's beating Clarendon, so I think it's got to be
Vince,
Frazier.
Carlo and I talked about this all year long. You never know that one win that's going to take a team and just instill that total confidence to springboard them for the playoff run. And maybe that was the game. It's like you never know which game is going to, those kids got to believe in themselves and know that they can win. And here you go.
Well, I think that road win for Frazier last week kind of, that's a huge win for their program. It's really tough to win on the road. Especially when what was California seeded?
They were 6. Yeah.
9-1,
6.
Yeah, 9-1 football team, and you got to go to their yard. It's impressive they got it done. And like you said, Tom, they get a win like that, it just protrudes confidence, and then they got a little bounce in their step.
Swagger.
Oh yeah. I don't know where's that game at. I don't know where that game's been played at.
It's neutral. I didn't see
neutral.
Where that
They go neutral now.
But they got nothing to lose, and that's right. Those teams like that are dangerous because they don't play. They play loose because no one expects us to be here. Yeah. So we're just going to play loose and see what happens.
I would agree. Thanks again to Tom Poljak and Vinny DeVivo for coming on the show. You can find them right down below in this link if you want to get in contact with them for Vertical Raise Pittsburgh or Black Bear fundraising. All that info is right down below. Thanks again, gentlemen. Hey, looking forward to a couple more weeks of this.
Thanks for having me on. I kind of enjoyed this. I might want to come back.
Yeah. Hey,
don't you threaten us?
It's an open invite, pal. Yeah.
Come back every week. Let's go. No one loves talking ball more than Vinny DeVivo. Absolutely.
Yeah, I love football.
I love it. For the WPIAL Insider Show, we'll be right back right after this.
Some moments on the field go beyond the game. They shape who we become. At Home Team Collections, we honor those moments with the care and craftsmanship they deserve. Because these moments aren't just memories, they're a legacy worth preserving. Any team, any sport, any logo. Visit HomeTeamCollections.com today and save $10 off your first order.
You spend your life on the field, in the gym, or on the court. You know what it means to be part of a team, to push for a goal, and to chase a win. What if you could take that same drive and turn it into a high-paying career? BMAC Logistics is looking for people just like you for their Beaver and North Shore Pittsburgh office locations. BMAC is a top 100 freight brokerage in the U.S., and they know what the best athletes make to make the best sales professionals. Why? Because you're already wired for success. You're competitive, you know how to work with a team, and you're not afraid of rolling up your sleeves and putting in that hard work to get the ultimate reward. At BMAC Logistics, you'll join a high-energy team as an inside sales representative. It doesn't matter if you're fresh out of high school, college, or already have some experience. BMAC Logistics will give you the training and the support you need to succeed. If you have that natural hunger to win, you could be earning a six-figure salary within the first 15 to 18 months. Ready to take your competitive spirit to the next game, to the next rewarding career? Join the swarm at BMAC Logistics and apply today. Thanks for BMAC Logistics for sponsoring the WPIAL Insider Show. Players, are you lacking confidence or feeling nervous when it's time to perform? Struggling to stay focused under pressure? Coaches, are you feeling overwhelmed and stressed? Battling decision fatigue as the season heats up? Does this sound like you? Don't leave your mental game to chance this season. At Edge 90, we've teamed up with WPIAL Insider this season to bring you mental skills training that will give you the edge when it counts. Whether you're a player looking to boost your confidence and composure, or a coach aiming to sharpen your team's mental resilience and deal with stress, they have the tools you need. Their services include team workshops, which will strengthen team culture and build a mental skill set together. One-on-one training, that's personalized sessions to elevate your mental game. They even have virtual courses. Convenient training you can access anytime, anywhere. Use my promo code Mr. Insider for 10% off any service. Visit edge90.com to learn more and follow them on social media at VT_edge90. They have free tips. Ask Vince any question you want on social media. Don't just play the game, prepare. Hit that follow button. That's at VTD_edge90.
Black Bear Fundraising, in partnership with Vertical Raise Donation Platform, is proud to sponsor the WPIAL Insider Show, Player and Coach of the Week Award. For over 25 years, we've been helping teams and groups raise the funds they need. From our premium discount cards to the Vertical Raise online platform, we've helped hundreds of programs raise millions of dollars. And just this year, we worked with Peters Township Football, helping them raise over $55,000 for their program. If you're looking for the best fundraising solution in the tri-state area, reach out to us today. Black Bear Fundraising and Vertical Raise Pittsburgh, the official fundraising partners of the WPIAL Insider Show.
Welcome back inside the WPIAL Insider Show, presented to you by Edgar Snyder and Associates. Back inside the Blast Off Cleaning Equipment Studios, looking great from our friends at Home Team Collections, the Avonworth Antelopes, repping the Lopes.
They have one of the best logos in the WPIAL.
They do. And just the color scheme, I mean, albeit, I just like the gray.
Yeah, the gray,
instead of the
gray
black.
pops. The gray pops.
Yeah,
And
it's really nice.
And there's not many programs doing it as well as them.
I should say the gray makes
I
the
know.
red pop.
Okay.
That's what I meant. But yes, I agree, Brad.
The gray, nothing like gray popping for Carlo. Right?
No, the gray makes the red.
I thought it was cool them getting a shout out on NBC Sunday Night Football.
Yeah.
I always try to think or guess what game they're going to show, because when they do that game, they always show a local high school game from that area, and I had convinced myself that it was going to be the North Catholic Hopewell game, which you did the night before, because I'm thinking, okay, that was the Steelers showcase game. They might be able to throw something in there about Tom Arth being the son of the Steelers quarterbacks coach.
Yeah.
And then they hit us up with Avonworth Beaver. It was the same conference actually.
Yeah.
But, so I don't
little curveball.
Yeah, a little curveball. So I don't know what goes into them picking that game. I guess they're looking for something super close. Probably they don't have to travel.
And I don't know if it had anything to do with it, but NFL Films was at our game.
Ooh.
So I don't know if they wanted to.
Do two separate.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
But
They were at the North Catholic game.
They were at the North Catholic game.
All right. Were the Roonies there at all? Were there any Roonies at the North Catholic game?
Not that I saw, but that doesn't mean they're not there.
Right.
They can find themselves in shadows at times.
They don't have to introduce themselves to you when they walk in the stadium?
No, they do not.
Okay.
But stay tuned on the NFL Films part of it.
Interesting. Yeah.
All right, pick 'em time. We're picking every single game of the WPIAL playoffs. And before we do, we got to look at how it went last week. How did
rough
it go?
week for one of us.
Yeah,
Brad comes in first last week. We had 25 games to pick. Brad, 22-3.
Look at that.
That's impressive.
Yeah,
The guy's
so
firing
good.
on all cylinders.
Yeah.
Matt, 21-4.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty
and then
Yeah.
Mr. Island Idiot over here.
Island idiot. I mean,
I like that.
double I like
The-
it.
We should get those shirts.
I like alliteration.
Yeah.
19-6 for Mr. Insider.
Goodness, you can't get 20 games right. Jeez.
That
You can't even get to 20. Jeez. Like, what are we even doing here?
it's not great. But standings, Brad, you retook the lead again. First place at 97-29.
Okay.
I am nipping at your heels. 95-31 for Mr. Insider, and Matt might as well give up. He's so far behind. He's 94-32.
A game
One
behind
game
you.
behind.
One game. If you're keeping track of them, that's one game.
So still
This
anybody's
huge-
game.
This huge lead that you had.
It does. I mean, Brad getting 3 games on me there hurts.
Yeah.
Hurts. So
And he has, 4 on me?
4 on you.
Yeah.
Well, 2 on me now because I was up a game.
Yep.
He has 2 on me, 3 on you. So it
Okay.
really is anybody's game.
Yeah.
I mean, I will say I'm not counting my chickens here, but
I'm going perfect this week.
Long way to go, but I know that this lead's huge because it comes to this point, and it's like most of us are going to be picking favorites, and you're like, well, to catch up, I'm going to need to pick some underdogs.
Yep. Think about that, Matt.
But if you pick the wrong underdogs, then I mean, you got to go back to your Vince, like stick with your gut and just don't change anything. I guess I don't know.
I'm calling my shot. I'm going undefeated this week. We haven't had an undefeated week this year, which is very odd. We normally get one.
Yeah.
Sometimes multiple. Haven't gotten one. We're getting one this week.
That would be
You're
20
gonna
and
go
0.
20 and 0?
Yeah.
The WIPY gave me the script.
I gave you this.
They said, Mr. Insider, you've been correct on all your inside information the last couple of years. Here's the script for this Friday.
It just made me think of I was watching the Steeler game on Sunday,
Mm-hmm.
and I normally am there, but decided to watch from the comfort of the home. Had some people over, and I said, "We need a pick here." And the next play, there was an interception, and it felt good. It was like having the script.
Nice.
It felt good.
Well, the WIPY gave me the script, so we'll see.
All right. Well, here we go. You ready?
I'm ready.
6A we go. Semifinals. They were dormant last week. Cannon McMillan, the Big Macs, trying to do the unthinkable and beat Pittsburgh Central Catholic, who's 9-1. Big Macs 4-6. This game at West Mifflin Titan Stadium, home of the Fighting Brad Everts.
Ooh, yes.
But this week, home to the Vikes. I'll lead us off. Central Catholic.
Yeah, I think give this game its due diligence. TJ Sabatucci for Canamac might be a difference maker here, but I just think Central Catholic has way too much coming off that edge there. Ty Jansma, really good quarterback for Canamac. I give Owen Herrick the edge here for Central Catholic, though. I'm going Central, and I'm going comfortable with Central. I think Herrick throws a couple touchdowns. I think Roman Thompson runs a couple. And I'll tell you what, Jaden Alexander's been having a nice year as well. coming in. I mean, sometimes he starts, sometimes he comes in for Roman Thompson. But yeah, give me the Vikes by 30 here.
Yeah, Central won the regular season matchup 45-10 back actually just 2 weeks ago. So they have not. There's a couple games this week, rematches of games that were played the last week of the regular season. This is one of them. How about Central? They get into the final here this week. It would be 12 times in 13 years, which is crazy.
That is crazy.
Just they're right now 11 out of 12.
It almost coincides with the 6 classifications.
Yeah,
Sure does.
yeah,
I mean, that
pretty much,
unfortunately,
yeah.
that does water it down a little bit. 6A being
A little bit.
a lot of it, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, what we'll have Pine looks like will join the fray next year up in 6A, so that'll be interesting there. But I will go with Central too. And shout out to a couple of Central guys. We talk more about their playmakers offensively, but 40 sacks this season, led by Ashton Blatt, the North Carolina recruit, 11 and a half sacks, and Angelo Pugliano has 9. He's been a really key senior on that team as well, lineman. So I like the Vikings big.
Norwin 7-3 at North Allegheny's Newman right field at Newman Stadium. 7-3 NA, 7-3 Norwin. This game was pretty close the first time they met, Brad.
Yeah, I feel like this is for the first time in a while. It's not a foregone conclusion that it's going to be Central and NA in the final. I think Norwin, and we've talked about these matchups the last couple of years. Norwin's been so close too. Last year they had the lead in the first half. NA ends up coming back and winning, and then this year that previous meeting, I mean Norwin with a lead in the fourth quarter. And North Allegheny ends up pulling it out there in the fourth. But I think if Norwin's going to pull off and get to the championship, this is the time they're going to do it. And I think they get through. I think they pull through here. Having the veteran quarterback there in Tristan Tavares, I think he makes a big play or two late in that game. And Norwin gets to the WPIAL final by beating North Allegheny. I'm interested to see. I'm interested to see which way you guys are going to go on this. I have a feeling I might be on the island, but we'll see.
I heard North Allegheny was injured the last couple weeks. I heard they're getting healthy. I don't believe that, though. I mean, they got roughed up by Pine. Seneca beats them. Having that off week is major. I just think it's a confidence issue right now. I'm taking Norwin. I'm with you here, Brad. We're putting Matt on the island. I mean,
How do you know? I didn't say anything.
You didn't pick NA?
Nope. Sure haven't said a word yet.
Well, I'm going
Weird.
Norwin.
Where do you go?
I
That's
don't
what-
know.
The voice of the Cornell Raiders is calling me right now.
Well, maybe he's not on the island. I thought he said NA. I was unaware. Give me.
You're going to stick with your pick, though. You're going to stick with your pick.
Matt's going to put up a folder.
Yeah, a little bit of a forward here.
Taking Norwin.
Unbelievable. This guy. You know what? What is hard for me is the Seneca loss for NA and what Norwin did to Seneca. I mean, Norwin beat up on Seneca Valley. However, I do think that this is a little bit of a case of programs finding a way and great coaches finding a way. And Art Walker.
It's like TJ Aliquippa.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think Art's going to find a way. How many times have we seen? I mean, 2 years ago they had no business beating Central Catholic, and they took it to them.
Yeah.
And I just think that it's. I think we're going to see something similar, NA in a close one.
I don't like Matt having that island.
I have to take that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I-
That's because it's a legitimate 50-50 game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And it's at NA.
That's big too.
Yeah. All right, 5A we go. Quarterfinals in 5A. Shaler, the Titans, fresh off that first playoff game in a long time. Brad didn't have gray hair back then.
I know. That's crazy.
4-7 Shaler goes up against 9-1 Pine Richland in Gibsonia.
The
Gib hosting the Titans. And, man, I'm really impressed with what Pine Richland has done this year, from Ubi Strader to Taylor
To Timmons.
The Mac Miller.
to Mac Miller.
Oh.
It's
Jalen
just
Niels. I mean,
Jalen
it's
Nils, yeah.
unbelievable.
it's sick. It's seriously sick.
And I actually think that they're hitting the stride that we thought they were going to be.
I agree. I think that they're way better right now than they were 6 weeks ago.
100%. With that being said, give me Pine Richland.
Can Shaler pull? Would this be the upset of the whole season?
No, I think so. I think so. I mean,
short of Cannon McMillan Central might be bigger.
Maybe
if that happens.
I don't know. Cannon Mac has some wins though. I mean,
so does Shaler 4, and so does Cannon Mac 4.
Yeah,
give me
Pine.
This is the first week I had records, and it's been very helpful.
Give me Pine. I hate this guy fact checking me.
Why don't we let facts get away?
Yeah, why do you let facts get in the way of a good story?
Okay, that's always one of my favorite lines. They just played 2 weeks ago, 49-17. Pine won that
Closer
game.
than what I thought it would be.
It's going to be tough. I mean, Shaler's one of the biggest underdogs here, probably the biggest one in that 5A bracket, I would say. They're going to have a hard time there. Another shout out to Defender, doesn't give a lot of love. I always forget pronunciation here. Grant. I don't know if it's Grant Pillar or Grant Pillar. Like he had a brother that was a good player on that. Yeah. Ethan Pillar. Is it Pillar?
I think it's Pillar.
Is it Pillar? Okay.
Yeah.
Like Kevin Millar, like the baseball player. I don't know, it's kind of like that. So, but Grant Pillar, I believe it's Grant Pillar, but the linebacker on that team, senior, leads the team in 74 tackles and also 7 sacks. So he's doing it on both ends there for Pine Richland. And I think the Rams win big. Another dub up in the Gib, as John LaDon likes to call it.
All right, Moon is 8-3. They'll take on 9-1 Penn Trafford at 7 p.m. from Warriors Stadium. Warriors Tigers.
Things change.
Yeah,
things change. Okay,
Yep.
Mr. Insider puts out his bracket a couple weeks ago. Not just my predictions, nothing official, but just hey, this is what I think.
Nothing official.
Nothing official.
Okay.
I had Moon winning this game. Talking to some people. They said, why do you have Moon? I said, well, here's why, XYZ. And they gave me the answers. They said, well, what about ABC? I said, you're correct. Give me Ben Grabowski. Give me Little Yakimelli. Give me the Penn Trafford Warriors.
I'm curious.
And I think Moon, quietly, after beating Upper St. Clair, they haven't played super well. They almost lost to South Fayette. They were playing with their food last week against Armstrong.
Yeah, that could have been. They were a little bit of danger there in that game.
Give me Penn Trafford. I think John Wayne's going to have these guys ready to roll after that bye week.
This was a 1-point game for Penn Trafford. Game was played at Moon. The first meeting between these two teams, Penn Trafford scored the final seconds.
And Grabowski didn't play. I think that's a major deal breaker.
That could be a big.
I'm curious, what was A, B, and C, and E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P?
The Grabowski playing was one of them. Yakimelli really wasn't involved in the offense because he's young. Now he is, and he's been cooking teams. And the other one was they brought up, if you take Moon's win over Upper St. Clair out, the last couple of weeks, they haven't been super impressive. And I was like, let's just say the last 2 weeks, let's not act like Moon is down right now, But I said, you've given me something to think about. So I'm going to flip this. I think this is the only pick that I flipped was Penn Trafford over Moon.
For now.
For now.
But that's all subject to change.
Subject to change.
It always is.
I was watching the older Yakimelli play against Oregon a couple weeks ago. Wisconsin was on the road to Oregon, man. It's cool seeing him, get carries for like a Power 4 team against.
They don't score often.
No, they're not a terribly talented team, especially. I mean, they're
Ryan
down to their
Corey plays for them
core.
too.
Yeah, Ryan Corey's up there. Tyrese Fearbury that was
Tyrese
that was
up
at
there.
Perry. So they have a couple of local kids, but. Yeah, they're I think they're down to their 4-string quarterback.
Yeah, they're struggling.
But this Moon Penn Trafford game, this is I think this is going to be another nail biter. 25-24 that first time. Nate Desmond threw a 15-yard touchdown pass to Landon Stickle with 6.8 seconds left to get the win there. I'm going to take Moon, but it does worry me a little, that game against Armstrong. I heard they did not look good in that first half. And granted, they ended up scoring a season high 48 points in that game. But, a few of those were things just got out of control. I think they're late. So that does worry me a little bit there. But I don't know. There's something
Moon
about
goes
this
down
Moon
to the
team.
buzzer a ton
They do.
this year.
Like, you get your money's worth when you go to a Moon game. And I think this is going to be another one. Two really of the best, like, underrated coaches in the WPIAL. I think they're with John Moraine and Ryan Lynn. And I just think Moon somehow gets it done on the road here. Maybe it's Jaden Reeves, maybe it's David, or maybe
Miles
it's Davion
Turner.
Taylor. It's like somebody there.
Maybe it's Sankovic, the kicker, who's made countless big kicks. For
Yeah,
this
that's
year.
right. That's right. He's hit some big ones too. But yeah, I like Moon and a nail biter there.
Oh man, this made it interesting. Moon is one of those teams this year where I think every time you count them out, they do something to be like, no, we're still relevant. We still have it.
Yes.
And like that upper
And every time you overhype them, they're like, what the hell did Moon do?
right. What and like beating Southhead only by 3, that didn't that wasn't convincing. And then letting Armstrong hang around, that wasn't super convincing. But then their offense exploded in the second half. So it's like, what did they figure it out? And and then I think to myself, well, if Penn Trafford played Upper St. Clair, who would I pick? Upper St. Clair.
Yeah.
I would. I don't know.
Yeah, it's tough.
Right.
5A's tough.
With all that being said, John Wayne at home. Give me the Warriors.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Put me on the
We
island.
need this.
Man.
This is big. This is big.
Yeah.
Big islands here this
Yep.
week. Ooh.
Did I convince you?
No. I convinced myself.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I love the stern, quick answer. No.
Not at all.
I'd never admit on camera. Bethel Park 7-4 at Peters Township 10-0 are the Indians. They'll take on the Blackhawks. A rematch of a conference game earlier this year. Brad, you can tell us all about it.
Yeah, 35-0 Peters.
See, he knows.
In the
This is what we
final
missed.
regular season game.
We have missed this for a month and a half.
Carla, what do you think?
I'm like,
yeah, they won.
Yeah, I like their colored jerseys are cooler. And they got
Phil
some good,
Peckage. Let's talk about Phil.
Yeah, this was not a close one that first time. Peters, as they due to against most teams they rolled. Bethel, they're anything they do in this game, big part's going to be David Dennison, the running back, is really having a huge year for them.
Yeah,
Leads
he is.
5A in rushing, 1,500 yards on the nose now. I see, and 24 touchdowns. But it didn't work the first time when they played them, and it's hard to make up 35 points here the second round. I think Peters, they move a step closer to making it back to another championship game here. I think they get the win, and probably in lopsided fashion once again.
I think this game's going to be closer than it was the first time around. I think Bethel Park has found their footing a little bit more, but not enough to beat Peters. Give me Peters Township, and Peters is getting healthy from what I've been told too. They had the bye, getting things situated. Actually, TJ Plack said one of the biggest things they did is let everybody get away
Nice.
and
Regroup a little
Yeah.
bit. Yeah. Cole Newpaver is one heck of a running back. DeLucia is an unbelievable QB. And Lucas Ross just got his first scholarship offer. I can't remember from who. I think he got it from Villanova. So, I mean, that's like a major offer. He's a great receiver they have there. I think Peters is firing on all cylinders. I'm taking Peters here. Peters is going to be a tough out.
yeah.
I'm not saying that it will be Pine and Peters in the championship, but I wouldn't hate that rematch.
I wonder if Reston Lehman and Lucas Shanafeld had a bet on the Pitt Stanford game.
Oh,
Good
That
question.
would be good.
Yeah.
Pitt recruit, Stanford recruit, and Mickey Vaccarello out there.
Yeah, Mickey.
But Stanford.
They used his house.
That's
Reston was saying,
I was
we're
listening.
at we're at Mickey Vaccarello's house getting a hot tub
They just
sauna,
have a
this
key,
and
I
that,
guess, or
and
something,
we're
yeah.
like, isn't he in California, Palo Alto? And he's like, yeah, we just have the passcode. I was like, what the heck?
That's cool. Upper St. Clair 9-2 against Woodland Hills 8-2. Panthers against Woody High. WOODY. Woody High.
I'm actually a little bit upset here, fellas. As you know, KDK Radio is going to McKeesport TJ. Great game. How do we not go to the Wolverina for this game? I mean, you have Hellman versus Walter, Scoop Smith, Dante Corey. I mean, it's star power. I mean, I guess none of them are 5 stars. Like, come on, spell. But man,
And it's a semifinal versus a quarterfinal.
yeah, well, 4A has the advantage there just because of the playoff brackets. Obviously, semifinal games are better.
And they also know that they're going to be doing 5A semifinal game next week.
Yeah,
And the 4 and the 6A.
I was still a little upset. Final time at the Wolverina for scooping them.
Well,
Speaking of Scoop, scooping him, Scoop Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Speaking of Scoop, you said Scoop. No, never
the
mind.
scoop.
Oh, what's the scoop on scoop?
Yeah, what's the scoop on Scoop? Yeah. Did you make your pick yet? No, you didn't pick. No.
No, he didn't.
No, I just totally
he just-
interrupted Matt.
He was just talking about how upset he was about the game not being the game of the week.
Well, my pick, it's tough to go against Mr. Hellman. USC's getting healthy.
What?
Yeah.
You're not? What happened to
Oh, wow. He's going
Hold on.
against that.
I haven't made my pick yet.
Uh-huh.
They did send us all that apparel. I don't know. Man, this is a coin flip. I'm going Woody High, though. And I think the difference here is
There
the
it
game.
is.
If
We
this
were just
is,
waiting for him to do what he's always done is pick against St. Clair. All the time. All the time.
sometimes a cat
Old
just has to
habits die hard.
give me the Wolverine.
There it is.
If this is at a neutral site, I'd probably go Upper St. Clair.
Don't.
If this is at home, I
patronize
definitely go up St. Clair. It's at the Wolverina. Brian Turan is not letting his guys lose at the Wolverina. Give me Woody High.
Yeah, 2 legendary programs here, man. As you think of the George Novak days and the Jim Render days.
My God, this was
a lot of great players and a lot of great teams throughout those. Woodland Hills, they haven't made that championship run here these past couple of years. It's been a while since they won a title. It's been a while since Upper St. Clair's won a title too. Over a decade for both teams. This is it for Scoop Smith in that senior class there. And we've been talking about Scoop since his freshman year, probably since before then. He was a name that was coming up, a name that, like, you better keep your eye on this little kid here coming through. That he's going to be a big game breaker. And I remember him calling him up his freshman year. And it was like, man, like this, like this kid from Woodland Hills, this freshman's doing some big things. And Tim Bostard was the coach at the time.
Yeah.
And Tim Bostard said to me, he was like, make sure, here's his number, but make sure you ask for William. And because that's his name is William Scoop Smith, he's been called Scoop since he was a little boy. And I remember calling him and asking for William, and I knew he was going to laugh. And he was like, "Who is this? Like, who is this calling William?" But it was Scoop. But great career he's had, and it's almost in a way it would almost be a shame, like what he's done there if they don't come away with a run here at, maybe they don't win a title, but
I would agree.
But to get to the semis or to maybe get to the championship game, I think it would be so cool for Scoop and his legacy in that community. And this is their final chance. His last chance with some of these guys. Cam Walter's been a starter since his freshman year. The kid going to NC State,
Ziggy Moore, yeah.
Ziggy Moore too, and they got some next level guys on that team. And normally this would be a game that they slip up
Prince
on.
Tarrant.
Prince Tarrant too. One thing that has held Woodland Hills back at times in big games is, I think, beating themselves, penalties, turnovers. This is a game where they have to avoid that at all costs. If they can,
we will know in
that,
the first quarter if they're going to win or lose.
Exactly. Like, I went to the Woodland Hills NA game, and there was like 3 penalties
Nuts.
before the kickoff.
Yeah,
I was like, how is this? Like, what are we doing here? So if Woodland Hills, if they can not beat themselves and not get in their own way, I think they can win this game, and I think they will win this game. And I think this is a huge one for Scoop and that legacy. And I have a feeling, I have a feeling I know which way Matt's going to go based on that, based on his clapping. But give me the Wolverines.
We're back, baby. We're back. We're back.
The one and only.
Back on the island.
I need them to unfollow me.
Let's go.
Tomorrow.
Boys. Come on.
Need them to unfollow me.
This is what it's all about. Right now, everybody picks against you, backs against the wall. And you know what? when St. Clair needs a trick play, you know what they do? They go to the junk drawer.
That's
Coach
right.
Junko is going to get this win on Friday at the Wolverina, punch the ticket for Upper St. Clair to the semifinals. I just love what Hellman's doing, and he's not putting up the numbers he did earlier in the year in terms of passing, but I think that's a big reason Dante Corey has been really
he's been
impressive
cooking.
on the ground game. I think the best thing that happened to this team was the loss to Moon and refocus this group. Sometimes you need that loss to come in the regular season, and it just puts everything right back in. You know, to steal a Mike Tomlinism, winning is deodorant. You don't know what stinks when you keep winning. When you have a loss, you can figure out what
Reveals
stinks.
itself. Yeah.
Yeah. And
That's a good one.
I like that one. He
This-
says
I
that?
like that.
yes, winning
really
is
good.
deodorant. Why? Because you don't like him because he has a good saying you like.
I like Tomlin.
Oh, okay. Just
It's that con Omar fraud. No, or Omar. Oh, that fraud Omar con.
Omar Fraud.
Moving on. My God.
the best part was it was totally accidental.
He's still not as good as the Best Beaver Award.
No,
but
it's
still pretty good.
too.
Yeah.
That's
Good Lord.
Yeah, the best Beaver. Brad had to take a 7-week break because of that award.
That was,
Take me to
Kentucky.
4A.
Okay, here we go. 2-4A. Oh man, McKeesport 8-3 against Thomas Jefferson 9-2 at Chartiers Valley High School. Jags looking to get back to the title game against the Tigers. This is, of course, a rematch of last year's WPIAL championship.
Cat fight.
The
That's right. Yeah, the
Yeah.
Tigers and Jaguars. Yeah.
Tigers and
Yeah,
Jags.
that's right.
Yeah, Tigers and Jags, and
And quips. Oh, my.
sure. Man, this is gonna be a really hard one to pick, guys.
Yeah.
I struggle with it. Tell me more, Brad.
Well, I mean, I went to the first meeting. That was the last game I went to. I think last game I covered. And I think to me and most of the people that were there probably felt that, you know, if there wasn't an injury to Keemon Spell early in that game, McKeesport probably wins that game, maybe by multiple touchdowns. But Spell was injured. He left the game on the first series. It's just a dogfight for the whole game. And TJ trailing scores the winning touchdown with less than a minute left, and then gets a pick six, and all of a sudden it's a 16-7 final in favor of Thomas Jefferson, who had just had a field goal the first 47 minutes of the game, and they come through there with 2 touchdowns in the final minute. Well, Keemon Spell's healthy now, and he ran for close to 200 and 4 or 5 touchdowns in the opening round. And I just don't know how you're going to slow him down. You know, I'm sure Bill Chirpak's going to come up with a great game plan, and those kids are going to try to execute it. But I just don't know how you slow down a kid that's, you know, one of the best in the country at that position. And I think he'll prove that again. And I think he'll send this McKeesport team, who is, man, they have to be wanting TJ so bad. They blew the game late earlier this year. They lose to him in the WPIAL championship last year. They lost that huge lead against them.
28-point lead.
28-point lead against them in the regular season last year. So McKeesport is due to beat TJ, and I think they get it done here. I think Keemon has a huge game, and the Tigers take down the defending champs.
I agree with you here, Brad. McKeesport over 50 points a game when Mr. Spell plays. He's the difference maker. I mean, he's a 5-star running back, number 1 running back in the country. That's just the way it is. Call a spade a spade. I think he's a little bit too much. Give me the Tigers over the Jags.
Are we ignoring or discrediting the fact that Keemon Spell played in the WPIAL championship last year and
Yeah.
TJ did shut them down?
Totally ignoring that. Yes. My blinders are on.
Yeah,
Yes.
he was. I don't know if he was 100%, and he still ran the ball decently well in that game. I think he ran for over 100 yards.
They
in that
had
game.
maybe the worst 1-minute stretch
Yeah.
right before halftime that really closed the game out.
And Braden White took over that
Braden
game.
White went
He did
nuts.
not have 100 yards in that game.
He did not. Okay.
He rushed 15 times for 64 yards.
64 yards. Okay.
in that game.
All right. So,
And
average.
TJ went on to win their 11th championship. However, There's not a guy on that defensive line named Shep Turk.
Yeah. And Braden White and Luke Costco aren't around anymore.
Yeah. And they had a pretty good linebacker, too, last year that isn't there. That being said, yeah, I think it might be McKeesport here. Give me the Tigers. But this is going to be close because they come. TJ's going to come, and this is a scary game because TJ is doing what they always tend to do, which is figure it out at the most perfect time.
Yeah.
And Tyler Eber's running the ball well,
Yeah.
and then they're finding a new dimension of their offense with the passing
Egerton,
game and
yep.
Egerton, and
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one.
it is
I'm looking forward to it.
Tigers.
Just those 4 teams in Class 4A. I mean, no matter how it shakes out, there's going to be great storylines there, and just 4 just awesome programs: McKeesport, TJ, Newcastle, Aliquippa. Ooh, big time.
Yeah. Of course, that McKeesport TJ game, the KDK Radio game of the week. Catch all the action on News Radio 1020 KDK AM or stream it live on the free Odyssey app. Became a company guy overnight.
Yeah, look at this guy. I mean, I don't even know that guy. That was unbelievable. I worked for them for 3 years.
Oh, too good. Next round, Aliquippa, or next game, Aliquippa taking on Newcastle at Elwood. It's all good in Elwood. Elwood.
Interesting location.
Yeah.
People aren't happy.
I mean, I think it's pretty close. I mean, it's a little bit favoring Newcastle.
They said parking is the problem.
Yeah, I've never been.
Wouldn't Ambridge be a better?
I mean, it's in a town. It's in the town of Elwood.
Yeah.
So, but they did redo it. They have new turf.
Yeah, it looks
and
good.
Yeah, the stadium.
But I guess
really
everybody's
nice.
going nuts about parking because I guess both communities are going to be.
I'm also going to throw it out there. Like, have you been to Newcastle? The parking situation isn't great.
I
there.
pulled right in.
Well, yeah. If you're you or me, yeah. I actually got told to move. But okay.
I keep sidetracking.
That's a silly reason to not have a game somewhere. And again, I think it's really hard for this committee because what people don't know is I love when people argue about sites. What people don't know is who made their site available. Yeah, this school makes a lot of sense to be, it's perfectly right in the middle.
But did they
That
make it
school
available?
needs to make it available and bid into it.
It takes 2. Yeah.
Yeah, it takes 2. And forever and always, I will always, and I really want to ask Vince Sortino this question, if he would know, or someone in the WPIAL, the worst site in a WPIAL football playoff game ever. Moon played Blackhawk at Slippery Rock University.
Why?
It was a WPIAL playoff game, and I have no idea why they played it at Slippery Rock.
How far of a drive is that?
Like an hour?
I was going to say, got to be an hour.
What year was that?
That would have been like 2005.
Wow. Huh.
Yeah, 4 or 5, something like that.
Yeah. I wonder if there was any stories done at the time. It's like,
I
why?
went up because I was there at the game. I was there for the game. Blackhawk won in very sad fashion for Tiger fans. But I just remember driving up there. I was not driving at the time. I was riding up there. And I'm thinking to myself, why in the world is this game? Bear in mind, Slippery Rock is not in the WPIAL.
Yeah.
So they literally went out of district so I would assume that the schools.
That is odd.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know why that was. But that one, so Aliquippa and Newcastle stopped complaining because you could be at Slippery Rock.
That makes no sense. I mean, we do have the WPIAL track championship at Slippery Rock. You know,
That's
so
a good.
that's,
You know what?
out of district,
That's
so-
another head scratcher.
Yeah.
You'd think there'd be a university in the WPIAL that would host those.
A university within the WPIAL. Oh,
Yes.
right. Yeah, I mean, there's, I mean,
A few.
2? Yeah, there's a couple.
There's a
Yeah,
couple.
I
yeah.
mean, you could go down to
Although-
down south, Cal U, and
Oh, yeah.
Although, like Pitt
WJ?
Pitt doesn't even have track facilities, right? I mean,
No.
they have their meets at like like Shenley Oval. Yeah, like really.
I think they're building that in the indoor, though.
Are they? Okay.
Could be incorrect. That Victory Heights. But anyway,
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Quips in Newcastle.
yeah, wow, that was we took a real hard right turn though. But every time people argue about sites, I think of that Moon Blackhawk game. And if you know, please tweet us.
Yeah.
Yes.
I need to look into that too. That's interesting.
It's the most bizarre thing. Yeah, if you could find out, that would be great.
I wonder if there's a great story behind it. Maybe there's.
And it was like, Slippery Rock wants a game. Well, we'll give Moon Blackhawk.
Well, they're due.
I think it might have been, and it was like, it was really either it was overtime or it came right down to the end. Blackhawk won. Yeah. All right, Quips and Nika High, Red Hurricanes. How about it? You know, they hosted their first playoff game since 2008 last week, and they get a win in epic fashion, a 1-point win over Montour. We didn't even mention that in our takeaways, and that was the game you and I were at.
Yeah.
And then Aliquippa, we talked ad nauseum about what they did. But can Aliquippa overcome the last time these two teams met that Newcastle got it done?
Yeah, Newcastle won 18-12 back on September 26th. No Marcus Council in that game. That was one of the games that he was injured. Oh, that was the that would have been the week after.
yes.
You called that the
Penn
Hills game.
Yes.
Yeah, right. And that was and he was injured there. So didn't get him. I had talked to Mike Warfield after the quarterfinal game last week, and I brought up to him about Newcastle, losing them the first time, not having Marcus, and he right off the bat was like, "We're not making any excuses, why we lost that first game." He was like, "We will be there Friday night at 7 p.m." So Quips are old business, man.
Yep.
And I picked in the Pittsburgh Union Progress in our preview story for the playoffs. I picked McKeesport over Newcastle in the final, but that was before I knew Marcus Council was back.
Yeah,
and
it changes everything.
I'm going to change up my pick there, a la Carlo, and I am going to take Aliquippa here winning this game. I think the Quips and Marcus Council, I think they keep the momentum going, and somehow, some way, Aliquippa ends up back down in the championship game.
Yeah, I would like to start my pick with an apology to Aliquippa. The fact that I even suggested that they might not make the postseason and Mike Warfield's return season to the sidelines, they not only are going to make the postseason, they not only took down the number 2 seeded Trinity Hillers and Carlos pick to win the entire thing, but
Just had to throw it in there.
also are going to win this football game with Marcus Council back in. That game was entirely too close the first time around without the Yale-bound gunslinger. Give me the Aliquippa Quips.
You hit the nail right on the head, and I hate to say it because Mason Cook and Damian Harrison were freaking awesome for Newcastle last week. I mean, talk about game wreckers. Brandon Bennett from Montour was really good too. I'm just not going to even think. I'm just taking Aliquippa. I'm not thinking.
Come on,
because if
think
I
a little
think
bit.
it's going to be Newcastle.
Think a
I'm
little
not
bit.
thinking.
What about Marino Graham?
I know Marino
Yeah.
Graham. I know Chase Lemon. I know Kai Cox. I know I fell in love with Newcastle last week, and their entrance coming out on the Taggart Stadium was awesome. I'm not thinking. I'm going Aliquippa. This is Ala freaking Quippa. I picked Trinity to beat Aliquippa last week. What am I doing? I need to atone for my sins. I'm going Aliquippa.
This is going to take a while.
Yeah, yeah, this can only be about a 2-hour show here, brother. All right, 3A we go. 8-3 Freeport at the number 1 seeded Avonworth Antelopes. Lopes, fresh off the bye, take on a Yellow Jackets team that took down Beaver. I think only one person had the Yellow Jackets being victorious.
That was me.
Bradley.
And I'm pretty sure none of us are going to have them victorious this week. I will have the.
Just you wait.
Just you wait, man. That'd
You
be
know,
quite
Freeport was
the
my sleeper team preseason, and I picked against them in the first round.
Man.
Unbelievable.
Just changing up like that, that'll just do it.
I was right and then I was wrong.
It's one of those crazy
all it
things.
is.
But I was right, and that's all that matters.
Once I was right.
I was
Once
right.
I was right, then I was wrong.
Avonworth, they won all their games against 3A competition by at least 21 points. I bet you they do in this one too. I think Freeport maybe keeps it close for a half or so, but Avonworth, they are a machine, and I think nothing's going to stop them from getting to the championship game.
I mean, I'm going to say what I've been saying about Avonworth, which is, they don't have that star-studded guy. They're so well coached, and they just have really good football players at darn near every position. And, I mean, whether it's Carson Bellinger throwing the rock, whether it's Dimitri Velaceris running the rock,
Luca Neal catching it.
Neal running and catching. Brad put it perfectly. It's a machine, and the machine would win 4A.
I agree. I had a FBS GM call me today. He said, "What am I missing on Luca Neal?" I said, "I don't know, pal." He goes, "How does this kid have no offers?" I said, I said, his brother Nico is the same way. I don't. There's ball players. I don't know.
Right.
So I don't know. Hopefully, Luca gets an offer here shortly. But I'm going to Lopes as well.
All right, North Catholic 8-3 against 9-1. Elizabeth Forward at EF fighting John DeMarco's against the North Catholic Trojans. I am going to go. This is a great quarterback matchup. Oh my God.
Fantastic.
Messina versus Filitsky. I mean, how can you go against North Catholic after what they did last week? That being said, I am. I think Elizabeth Forward has enough to offensively. I was not impressed with what North Catholic does defensively when I saw them against Hopewell as much. And I thought they would have lost that game had Boo Boo been without a Boo Boo. So just can't help myself. And so I'm going to go with Elizabeth Forward. Tell me I'm wrong.
I can't. Like you said, you picked Elizabeth Forward?
I did.
Well, I'm gonna pick Elizabeth Forward too. I mean, this was, I think no matter what, take the over in this game because it was 45-42. These teams played in this round last year. EF won that game 45-42. And yeah, that Messina Filitsky matchup at quarterback's just fantastic. Ryan Messina, I don't write or talk enough about him. I know at least personally, 23 touchdown passes, 11 touchdown runs. I think as good as Joey Filitsky is and as many weapons he has, I think we're going to see some Messina magic, I think, on Friday. And I think Ryan Messina gets EF into the semifinals.
I agree, and we're going to need some Messina magic because Landon Hoenick not eligible to play in the postseason, which is bonkers when others are.
He did find his way under a viral video this year.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Give me the Warriors. Give me the Warriors.
Hopewell 7-4 at Amani Christian 10-0. The Saints come marching in after the bye, and Hopewell takes down the Scott A's. The Scott A's season comes to an end, but a tip of the cap to Southmore, one of the best
9-1,
best seasons in school history. But yeah, I Boo Boo still nursing that injury. And I think if he was 100%, I'd be a little bit more inclined. But that being said, I actually think this is a pretty hard matchup for a 2 seed.
Oh yeah,
in a quarterfinal matchup.
3A. I mean, I still am baffled how Hopewell gets a 10 seed here in 3A. They reward Central Valley, they reward all those other guys, and Hopewell gets a 10 seed with it. Give me Amani. I think Gabe Jenkins is just a little bit too much. David Davis a little bit too much.
I would say that the committee did Hopewell a favor not giving them the 8 or the 9.
I would agree with that. with that.
So
yeah, I mean,
much rather play Amani than Avonworth.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen them play Avonworth already in it, and well, there. I mean, that's not easy for Imani. Yeah, I mean, like you're facing a possible Power 4 bound quarterback here in a couple of years, and Bruiser Wade's been playing phenomenal at running back there too for Hopewell. But I think the difference in this game will be defense. Hopewell doesn't play much of it. And Imani Christian, they give up only 6 points a game. Only Clareton and Peters Township give up less. They've been fantastic on that side of the ball, and I think Imani advances.
Highlands 8-3 at Central Valley 6-4. How about the Warriors story again? Almost a deja vu from a season ago. You start the season 0-4, you win 6 straight, and you find yourself with the 3 seed and a bye and a second round home game against a team that's 8-3 in the Highlands Golden Rams. By the way, a note from Damon McDermott. he said, "Nice pick last week."
Yeah, that was. I had faith in the Dairy Trojans.
He's a Highlands guy, right?
He is
Yeah,
a Highlands
that's
guy.
right, yeah.
A proud one.
Yes.
I think this game is going to be sneaky good. I think it's going to come down late. I do think Central Valley will take it, but I would not be surprised Highlands moves on though. That would not stun me.
Yeah, I think low scoring game. I think Central wins it on a field goal by Dominic Pratt, who's tied. He has 11 field goals this year, tied for the WPIAL lead with Upper St. Clair's Jacobo Echeverria Lozano. And I think
That kid's got a nuke.
there's just nukes
His
all
leg
around.
is as long as his name.
Yeah, yeah.
Along on letters.
Yeah,
right. Big time there. But I think
like
Dominic
that one.
Pratt and I think the field general Braddock Ambrose, they're the quarterback for Central Valley. I think they pull out a close one.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Warriors too. I kind of would be fun to pick Highlands and ride the island here, but the fact that this is at the Sarge Albert Stadium, Warriors in the playoffs. You know, Mark Lyons got everything clicking. I just I like CV. To 2A we go. Mohawk versus Seton LaSalle at Dormont Stadium in Dormont. Mohawk, Dormont. By the way, I talked to a couple people that live in Dormont. They really are agitated about how many games are played at that
I
stadium.
can imagine.
Because there's
every week.
three football teams, but then you got to remember the soccer games
Yeah,
that are played
yeah.
on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. That's 3 boys and girls. There is an event every single night at Dormont Stadium. If you live anywhere near
Those
it.
concessions, my God.
Oh man! But like you got to like a parking chair, parking cones to
yeah.
say parking like every single night. That's rough.
Yeah.
That's rough. It's going to be rough for Mohawk too. Give me Seton LaSalle. Really like the Rebels. I think the Rebels will be playing for a championship in a couple weeks.
This game will go one of two ways. It will be a Seton blowout or a Mohawk upset.
Wow.
It's not
So
going to be a
wait,
close
so
Seton win.
Seton-
It's not going to be a
It's
Mohawk.
It's not going to be a
rout.
close Seton win.
So Seton's going to win or Mohawk's
No,
going to
no,
win.
no. Seton's going to win by 40 or Mohawk wins. There's no in between there.
A Mohawk doesn't win by 40?
No.
That'd
think
be something.
Seton doesn't win by 4.
No.
Okay.
No. I think if Seton has them, they will have them the entire night. If not, Mohawk will pull this thing out. Mohawk's been in close games all year long. Seton LaSalle has not been in any close games.
Seton LaSalle took care of Olsh, and Mohawk should have lost to Olsh, pretty much.
No doubt, but I mean, reminder, Mohawk beat Western Beaver by 20 points. Western Beaver's a 2-seed over there.
They're the only team to beat Western Beaver.
They're one of the hottest teams in Western Pennsylvania. This is a scary matchup if you're Seton LaSalle. I do think Seton will win by 40, but this is one I have on my radar. I have this thing circled like the Mohawk Warriors. This Bobby Fadden guy, he can play some ball, but I will take Seton. I will
play a
take the
lot of
safe.
things.
He can play it. Oh yeah, he does
5
all-
sports.
5 sports
Yeah.
and hunts. Give me Seton LaSalle though.
What'd you say on the radio?
Nah, I don't even want to bring it up.
Oh, wow. I have thoughts of what he meant to say. Jeez.
It was really questionable.
Jeez.
I asked if he liked deer jerky in a weird way.
Oh, goodness gracious. So Mohawk, yeah, I mean,
He had to bring it up. He had to bring it up.
I did.
do you ask him who his favorite beaver was?
No.
Darn
That was
close. Darn close.
Okay.
Oh, gosh.
I think, yeah, I mean, like they're going to have to take Mohawk seriously. Mohawk, despite them being 1-4 at one point this season, but props to Seton, a team that you would have thought that, back in those summer months when they're losing Anthony Smith and they're losing Khalil Taylor, like, oh boy, like Seton's going to take a big step down, but no, here they are, the number 1 seed again. So, but it's still left to be seen if they're going to win the title, but I definitely see them getting into the semifinals against the Mohawk Warriors.
Yep, got Seton. Everybody takes Seton. Yep. South Allegheny 10-1. Wash High, Little Prexies 9-2 at Charleroi High School hosting this matchup. Gladiators, Little Prexies.
Really good matchup.
Yeah.
Give me the Gladiators, though. I think the offense is a little bit too much. Tristan Reed and the Prexies are really good. I think the Gladiators are just going to have one too many tricks up their sleeve. I like this coach, Brian Hansen, what he's done with the Gladiator program. Give me SA.
Gladiators are cooking.
See what you did there.
They're cooking. They're going to cook right to the semifinals. Give me SA.
Brad?
Because of Drew and Elijah.
There we go.
There we go. That was a good
That's
one,
called
guys.
an oop.
Oh,
Throw an
man.
oop. 7 weeks and you're still jumping out of the gym.
Still going, man. That new knee, man. I got the 45-inch vert going right now, man. It's
no
crazy,
doubt.
man. Like
No doubt.
pogo sticks.
That's
It's
that
crazy.
golden knee. They got,
Got the gold knee, man. You
Yeah.
got the good knee. South Allegheny, number 1 scoring offense in the WPIAL, but that defense, 49 sacks led by Derek Pace. He has 13, and Max Jeffcoat, he has 10. So give a shout out to that South Allegheny defense as well. They got the get right game last week after losing to Still Valley, and I think they stay on right here and they get the win.
Apollo Ridge at Western Beaver. How about the Vikes? 8-3. Fresh off a big win over Riverside. Sorry, Ashley. And Western Beaver now comes off the bye. I think this is the most toss-up game, maybe of the all
whole
the
bracket.
brackets.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And I actually put question marks. I don't know who to pick. Brad, tell us more.
I agree. I think this is the biggest toss-up in this classification, but I like Western Beaver's running game because they can get you a couple different ways. Wyatt Sparbaney. Oh, I just like saying that name, Sparbaney. It's just a fun name, and he's had a huge year for them. And how about the freshman quarterback, Amari Marshall? Over 1,000 yards rushing.
He's been really good, too.
And throwing. He's done it both ways. And I think that
The only one other to do that
was Matt Sig.
That's
Yeah,
right.
Matt Sig. So this guy, man, he's off to a pretty promising start to his career here.
And then you got 2 1,000-yard rushers on the same team, too, in Sparbini and
Right,
Marshall.
and there's I doubt very many others. I don't know what other teams in the WIP you'll have that. Maybe one or two other ones. I don't know, but I think that combo, both rushing the ball, I think that's going to cause some problems there for the Apollo Ridge Vikings, and I think Western Beaver advances on to the semifinals.
Talking to some Apollo Ridge people. These Vikings are proud.
You know Apollo Ridge people? Oh yeah, yeah, do you? Okay.
They're in my DMs all the time.
Oh, Trey Tipton. Yes.
No, it was not Trey. I probably should hit up Trey about this. I love this Jade McCray kid. 4 touchdowns last week against Riverside. They're deadly. They've already beaten Steel Valley.
Yeah, me too.
They have it in them. I think they do it one more time. Give me Apollo Ridge, Coach John Skiba, one of the most underrated head coaches in the WPIAL.
Oh, who will go on the island? You know, I'm going to play a little bit of a math game here. I put Brad on the island.
But you
And
need to make up a lot of games with Brad.
And no,
You can get me championship week.
I'm putting Carlo on the island. Give me Western Beaver.
I think he made the right choice, man.
Yeah, thanks. And pretty much is that much of a toss-up for me.
It is.
I like that loss for Western Beaver against Mohawk does not look good, but Apollo Ridge doesn't have. They have some obviously quality wins, but they have a questionable.
It's a Greensburg
loss.
Central Catholic.
Right, correct. Yeah,
they were like a 12 seed in 1A.
There's some questionable losses in there.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for making that easy, Carlo. Elwood City 7-4 against Steel Valley 7-3 at Campbell Field in Munhall, Pennsylvania.
I owe Elwood
William
City
Campbell
an apology for that ridiculous island pick last week. That
We
was just
accept your apology.
Stupid. I'm not apologizing
Dan
for
Bradley
this.
does not accept your
Nor should he.
Yes.
Mr. Barksdale, I'm never down on Barksdale. Give me the Steel Valley fighting Barksdales to move on.
Of course, that's my old ball coach, Ray Brazo, over there. I meant like the veteran, one of the oldest, like one of the oldest tenured coaches in the WPIAL. I think Coach Brazo, I think he gets it done here. Ironmen have won 6 of 7. And if they win this week, they'll get a rematch against Western Beaver. Those two teams played, I believe, in the quarters or semis last year. We'll see. I think Steel Valley.
Steel Valley
Barksdale,
would like a rematch of Apollo Ridge too.
that would be a big one. Yeah. So if Still Valley's Iron rematch, then I guess regardless. But I like the Ironman. I think Barksdale. I think he stays on top here, and we'll see. We'll see if I bet Matt's going with Elwood here.
Well, will the real Steel Valley please stand up? Because
Yeah.
They're
that's
here.
the biggest
They're
question
here.
mark going is, which Steel Valley is going to show up? Is it the Steel Valley that shellacks South Allegheny? Or is it the Steel Valley that gets tripped up against teams they should not be getting tripped up
It's
against?
a great question.
Yeah.
And
Like South Park.
like South Park.
I mean, my God.
My God. Or my
I
golly.
forgot about that game.
Yeah. But with that being said, I love Elwood City. I love Dan Bradley. Dr. Dan's done it again, by the way. Elwood City getting into the quarterfinals. And
You're taking
They-
Elwood. Oh, done. Okay, gotcha.
they're in the quarterfinals.
Gotcha. This is the quarterfinals.
Yes.
Of course.
And the next round is,
semis.
and that's where Steel Valley will be playing.
Oh,
So
okay.
give me Steel Valley.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, going with the Ironman to get it done there. And I know Charlie Batch wants to see his Ironman back in the
Yeah.
finals. And I
Mhm.
think if
That's right.
they win this game, they got a pretty good shot at doing
Mm-hmm.
that. Quarterfinals in Class A. Stretch run here for us. Bear with us. Because I think we're going chalk.
Good
Fort
chance.
Cherry.
Good chance.
11-0 against the Shattuck 8-3 at Beaver. Gypsy. Oh, man, help me out here. Pat Tarquinio Field at Gypsy Glen Stadium.
That's it. Yeah.
Very nice.
I think you nailed
Pulled that one out.
Yeah.
I've mastered the mascots now.
Yeah,
I'm
now
gonna go with the
I
stadiums.
noticed that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've been good for what it's worth.
Thank you.
I've noticed that the last couple of weeks.
Dang, I appreciate that. Who wins this game, the Rangers or the Lancers?
This is another sneaky good one. Gino Mazzacchio and Anthony Aiken. I've said their names a million times this year with Neshannock.
Is this like the biggest test for Fort Cherry of the year?
Absolutely is, and I'm going to make a bold prediction here. I think Matt Sig is going to throw the ball. That's my bold prediction.
Here's a question. Do you know the last time Matt Sig did throw the ball?
It had to be like week 2
No, it was week 7
of last year.
of this year. He threw in the Cornell game. Cornell had lined up improperly and had a wide open receiver. And
He just threw
it up
Oh, wow.
and went for a touchdown.
Oh, jeez.
But Fort Cherry has thrown the ball 35 times.
Yeah,
this season.
and he hasn't thrown in a while.
And they went with the wide receiver reverse when we saw them against Canavan to get a little
throw
bit
it.
of a glimpse there of
Yeah.
throwing it.
I'm going to say Matt Sig throws it, and they're going to win by, let's say, 32 points.
Yeah, that's very specific.
I actually think I talked to Coach Carey, and he said, I would really appreciate if Carlos stopped giving me points.
I always give points against Fort Cherry for that reason.
Oh, my goodness. What happened on my pages here? Okay, we're back. Oh, by the way, I'm just going to go because I had a note here and that I didn't say. How about Western Beaver playing in their first playoff game at home under the lights?
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Very
shout out,
cool.
Yeah. Very. Yeah.
I had a note
That's a
though,
neat
to
one.
say that, and then I
You
didn't
missed
say
it.
Must have missed it. Laurel.
Wait, are we all going
We-
Fort Cherry?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did you see, did
yeah,
you have
I'm
your
gonna
pick
go-
there? Did I skip you, Brad? I'm so
you skipped
sorry.
me,
It's
but
almost
we
like
were
you
gonna
haven't
skip
been here.
yourself.
Ball.
It's almost like I haven't been here. You're right. You're right. Yeah, that's very true on that one. Shout out to Matt Sig, by the way, number 2 all-time leading rusher in
Yes.
WPIAL history. Now passes the great Mike Vernillo, who's like, that's crazy. Like he's now number 2 and he's now number 1 on his school. Like it took him that long
Yes.
to get to number 1 on his school's rushing list, but Mike Vernillo was a dog.
How
back
crazy
in the
is
day.
that the 2 and 3 rushers in WPIAL are from Fort Cherry?
And then watch out for Colin Sig here in a couple
Yeah,
years,
here he comes.
making the run at Big Bros records. Maybe
I
not to
got
put
the
any.
follow on Instagram. Colin
Oh yeah,
got the follow, and
Yeah. Yeah.
he knows where it's at.
Watch some of that footage on there. He's pretty.
I know.
Yeah, he's good.
good.
He's
He's
good.
good.
He looks like he's an 8th
I mean-
grader. He'll be up, and it looks like he's going to be right off the bat a pretty key guy for Fort Cherry next year.
Who has it better than Tanner Garrett?
Unbelievable, this guy.
I know. Oh man.
And I mean, just curious, when's the Fort Cherry box coming? Because I'd love some Fort Cherry merch.
Ooh,
Just
good
saying.
question. When is the Fort Cherry Ranger box coming?
Tanner.
Would love to do another unopening,
Maybe they're waiting for some
I'd open
championship
it.
merch.
another
maybe.
unboxing,
Yeah.
opening or unboxing. I combined. What am I doing tonight?
Deer jerky.
The con Omar fraud.
That was amazing. That was a world class Floridian slip there.
The con Omar fraud.
That's so good. Fort Cherry. I'm taking Fort Cherry. Are you taking Fort Cherry?
I am too. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Congrats to Matt. That was a great job. Laurel. Spartans.
Sparty on, Wayne.
This is your profession, taking down the Chartiers Houston Buccaneers at West Allegheny. Laurel, this is a great story of Chartiers Houston getting there, getting that win. 12 seed goes up against the 4. I like Laurel in this game, though.
Yeah, and little fun fact, every single game in this round, the seeds separated are by 8 seeds.
Oh, how about that?
1 verse 9, 4 verse 12, 2 verse 10, 3 verse 11.
That is
Incredible.
Uh-huh.
very pointless.
Yeah.
Stat.
I don't think so.
What?
I do think it will all be chalk, including this game, Colton Carlson, Mr. Miles, and in company or too much. Give me the Spartans.
Yeah, sure. Houston, they played the Big 7 runner-up, beat them. Now get the Big 7 champ in Laurel. Laurel, they've only given up more than 8 points just twice this year. I don't think it's going to happen here. I think Laurel, that defense will have a big say in things. And you mentioned Jack Miles, 92 tackles leads the team, and just a few other defensive shout-outs there. Been trying to do that a few times tonight. Alex Medved, 8 sacks. And Tony Giewitz, he has 5 interceptions this year. All key playmakers for the Laurel Spartans, who will advance on to the semifinals. And I'll really be looking forward to that matchup, Fort Cherry and Laurel.
Yeah, it's
I
gonna be
think
good.
Laurel's sneaky good there. So, but got to get past Shore Houston first.
So we'll go Laurel.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Surprise, surprise. Clarendon 9-1 against the Jayhawks 8-3. 2 of the all-time great programs in this District 7 WPIAL. Go at it, a renew of the rivalry at Franklin Regional High School. Carla.
I would have loved for Jeanette to get the 11 seed because I might have taken them over Bishop Canavan. Probably not, but I would have definitely thought about it. This game I'm not thinking about. This is just Clarendon, probably going to shut out Jeanette, probably going to win by 50. They are firing on all cylinders. I'm taking Matt Sig to win the whole thing, but like a part of me thinks like Clarendon is like a legendary team this year. So give me the Bears.
The last time Clarendon gave up a point, I was still on my original 2 knees. The Steelers and Pitt still haven't kicked off their seasons. Like that's how far it's been back since Clarendon last gave up a point.
And Matt was still the picks champion. Now he's in the basement.
I'm still the
man.
picks champion.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
There has not been a new champion. Good point. Yeah.
Regular season champion.
Yeah.
But
Oh, my God.
Clarendon's gone 10 straight shutouts in a row. That includes their forfeit win there against Shady Side Academy. Well, if you remember that.
You remember that?
Glossed over it.
And it included a shutout a week after I got my new knee, 57-0 over Jeanette. So they get him again here, and it's tough to see them making that much ground here.
I hope it's a close game.
I hope so too, but I don't know. I think Clarendon.
Does Jeanette
rolls.
score?
Yes.
Clarendon's prideful in that streak. I don't think they score.
They are. You're right. They are.
They
That's
score.
gonna be
The
tough.
last time they lost and the last time they allowed points, which are all in the same, Steelers High School Showcase.
Yeah, you guys had it.
We had the first game of the year,
Yeah.
week 0,
Last time they
Lit
gave up a
Lifter.
point.
Yeah, that's the last time they gave up a point.
That's silly. That's
And
just silly.
Tyler Boyd Stadium has
Mm-hmm.
rigged
Yeah.
the benefits.
Bless
That
you.
has never happened.
No, it hasn't.
Like, I don't think for anybody.
I went through my head. I was like, I don't think anybody's ever sneezed on this.
Sneeze. A podcast
I
first.
felt I had to get out the words. That was not fun. I wish someone else was talking then. All right. Bless me. God, guys.
We don't bless you.
No, okay.
We need your island picks to be off.
Okay, well, I'm not going on an island
Come
here.
on,
Clarendon.
Marlon.
Clarendon?
Clarendon.
All right. Hopefully we have an island pick on this one. Bishop Canevin 7-3 against Fraser.
The Commodores.
Smoking Joe.
7-4. Am I going to do it? Am I going to do it? Absolutely, I'm going to do it. Dan goes Fraser. Bishop Canevin.
I like that. We had Vinny DeVivo making his podcast appearance for Vertical Raise.
That
He's a big fan of Frazier. He's taking the Commodores. I said,
Delete that.
A little crazy, Vinny. First episode. Could you imagine if Frazier does it? I mean, Frazier beat Greensburg Central, and Greensburg Central was, they were flirting with Bishop Canevin last week.
Yeah.
That said, I think Rod Steele rights the ship. Give me Bishop Canevin.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah, it's going to be a clean sweep here. I'll take the Crusaders.
Going chalk.
Rock chalk.
Rock chalk.
Jayhawks are probably not going to win, though. Yeah.
No, they are not. That's the show. Good luck to all the teams in the WPIAL quarter and semifinals, depending on your classification preference. Carlo and I have coverage for you with McKeesport and Thomas Jefferson. Pre-game show gets you kicked off at 6 o'clock. Again, on KDK AM and the free Odyssey app. You could stream the game. Josh Roundtree and the cast of quite literally thousands.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We bring the whole squad out. We bring the whole squad.
Jeez, oh, man. But I really does a nice job. It was great to be a part of it the first time with yourself and Paul Alexander, the GOAT.
It's a fun time.
And even Ben Tenuta and his highlights afterwards are great on social media.
And I'll tell you what, shout out to Newcastle. I mean, their facilities guy drove over pizza for us for doing the game.
He reparked me and got me situated.
I mean, they gave us a box of pizza. They had 3 boxes, and we took one. There was a lot of us for what's worth. He said, no, take them. We're like, no, we'll just take what's he was kind of furious, no, you accept my gift.
I will be offended if you don't take this pizza, yeah.
And Brad will be watching from home on the NFHS network, I imagine.
I will be, I'll be catching some streams and just trying to, that'll be the last week home for me. And then I'll be back out at the championships.
Nice. NFHS.
Next week.
Good job last week.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of games on.
Yeah.
A lot of games on. Certainly worth the ticket prices, but we want to see, and I was looking at videos across the first round. We want to see more people in the stands.
Yeah.
Holy smokes!
There were some.
Armstrong, I know it was an hour away from Moon. Goodness. Holy smokes!
You would have thought they were playing on the moon. Yeah, I mean, that's.
I was gonna tweet something, but I did. I was like, it's an hour.
Yeah,
I'll let him go. But my God,
I mean, it was pretty nice out.
Yeah,
all things considering. So get out to a game,
enjoy
out to the game. Support your local and favorite high school teams. Brad. Good to have you back, brother.
Good to be back. Thanks. Yeah, thanks for keeping everything in check here while I was gone.
Yeah, we just didn't burn it down.
Yeah,
at this point, I think that's probably the best way.
Just keep it going, keep the wool moving. It's all been good. Yeah.
For that guy, Brad Everett, and that guy, Carlos Zofko, this guy, Matt Fargo, saying thanks so much for watching the WPIAL Insider Show. And as always, until next week, make sure you're keeping your receipts. Good night, everybody.